Hey ballers, welcome to These Balls Could Talk, the podcast that's thankful for you watching us instead of the Real Housewives Rhode Island premiere. That's right, that's going on right now. This
Why
is Mark
aren't you
along
at
with
the
John,
social,
producer
Mark?
Pete, and we're getting ready to discuss the latest in sports, tech, and pop culture. If you like what you hear or see, please like us or hit that subscribe button, or as someone on the show likes to say, tickle that little bell. Tickle, tickle, tickle. Yes. Joining us tonight is a lady who loves her sports balls, but her number one involves a puck. She also brags that she is the perfect all-American bitch. I may have stolen that from Instagram. Please welcome back to the show for the second time, Ms. Meaghan Demers-Peel. What's going on, Meaghan?
Do you guys get that reference at all?
Wait, what is
Explain it to us and the listeners.
Please explain it to us.
It's an Olivia Rodrigo song.
Oh, Steph will know.
No one ever gets it. So I've had people be like, "Oh, I kind of thought you were an asshole until I met you," and I was like, "No, you have to. If you listen to the song, it's ironic. And she's like making fun of. Anyway, listen to the song. You'll understand more."
All right.
All right. Let's catch up with everyone,
shall we?
Life's been moving big and small. It's time to talk about our balls.
Oh,
yeah. You know,
John, how you been?
Our little house made up imaginary 90s.
Meaghan, I really
real band.
I was just talking to my wife and my daughter how I live with women because I bought TLDR. Quick story: we were at my mother-in-law's birthday last weekend and sitting at their house, Pete's house. I don't even remember Pete.
One of our houses.
And I just was like, "Oh, Jamie, I need to buy you new underwear. What do you want?" I showed her my phone.
Yeah,
and they were like just amazed. My in-laws were amazed that I would like buy my daughter underwear. I'm like, it's my job to do that. So we talked about
to not wear underwear.
We talked about panties for like, I don't know, an hour. It was amazing. It was so good. They're like, "You do that?" I'm like, "Yeah, I do."
You buy her tampons too?
I also have, if she needs them, shit. I also have 4 sisters. You know, my life is very confusing. But one very major thing happened. Jamie had her starring role as Belle in Beauty and the Beast, and it went very well. Mark asked me if I have the songs in my head. I do. They have been in my head and might be in my head for forever, but she did an excellent job. They have the bug, both Jamie and her co-star, so they want to do something else artistic before the end of the year, so I'm into it. Trying to give them ideas, so we'll see what happens.
Oh, I thought you meant they were sick from making out.
No.
They have the theater bug.
Oh, no.
No, that's very funny, though. That is a theater bug.
Hopefully not the, kindergarten through 5 middle school.
No,
she's 13. That's he said. She's 13.
Yeah, that's true. I guess
she is an old 13.
Age.
Yeah, that's true.
She is an old 13.
Not
that is
me.
true.
No.
It could be happening. If it's happening, I don't know, but it could be.
Probably is.
I could see Meaghan being totally concerned on one of her cases, like one of her kids has the theater bug.
Oh no!
Dun, dun. I have some theater kids. Yeah.
I just mean they still want to do more theater.
I'm a little literal sometimes, so I got there, but
no, that's all good. That's all good, man. That's all good.
Are they thinking of doing stuff on their own or something like community theater?
The problem with doing something that is licensed is you have to license it, in which that takes months, right? It has to be licensed for
and money
6 months ahead of time. They made a lot of money. They're probably going to do some sort of open mic. Her co-star plays the guitar and Jamie sings, and so they might do like a 90s song together. That might be fun.
That sounds
We just
cool.
suggested that to them. That was Melanie's idea.
That's a great idea.
So it's going really well, and Jamie and I are caught up with all of our shows. Rookie's caught up, High Potential's caught up. I told you last week we're watching The Good Doctor, so that's what we were watching tonight.
Actually, I love that show.
Really like that show. Meaghan, do you know if that actor is neurodivergent in real life?
He's not diagnosed autistic. But that interview was done like a while ago when the show was.
The show got canceled. It got canceled.
Yeah, but so what I remember there being an interview with him about the fact that he wasn't, but also I thought,
Wait, you're talking about Freddie Highmore?
Yes, Freddie Highmore.
Yeah, Freddie Highmore is not
He's
autistic.
normal.
Yeah, he actually was.
I mean, is he on the spectrum though?
He was a child actor.
That's what I mean. Like you
can be a little.
Sometimes even you don't know.
Yeah, that makes sense. He's very good. It's very, very believable. He must have done a ton of research.
He talked about like meeting with real life people and asking about their experiences and stuff like that.
That's so cool.
Nice.
We're just like really obsessed with medical shows right now, and so the show is on like the 12 medical shows we're watching. I'm not watching The Pit with Jamie, but I'm watching The Pit with Melanie. So I'm watching The Pit. I'm watching The Good Doctor.
Pit might
watching
be a bit
House.
much for Jamie.
It is a bit much. Remember 13.
I said it might be.
I
meant that. Yeah, it's a bit much for us sometimes.
Though we watched Suicide Squad last night because I got it in her head, and she is an old 13. And the second one, and there is a lot of decapitations in Suicide Squad.
There's a lot of gore.
There's a lot. There's a lot.
I only saw the bad Jared Leto Joker one.
Oh, bro.
I heard the newer one was much better.
Bird. I love big dumb dummies in media. So like King Shark in that show, chef's kiss.
You know who voices King Shark?
Who?
Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
That actually sounds just like him now that you said that. But
going back to the Good Doctor, you know who actually has a hand in the Good Doctor, who also has a hand in House? Bryan Singer.
Oh,
that makes sense. I could see that being a Bryan Singer joint.
In fact, Bryan Singer actually, like, he was interviewed about the Good Doctor and how it's almost like a complete different, like it's the same character but completely different with the Good Doctor versus House. But it's kind of like the same, like they like
quirky.
They're quirky.
It's the same formula. I mean,
it's the same formula.
The weird doctor gets it because they're weird. Right?
Yeah.
It's just they're weird in a completely opposite, antagonistical sort of way, right? They are not the same.
Basically.
I paid my taxes today. I'm very glad that that's done, and I am ready for summer, honestly.
Nice.
We haven't even had spring yet.
I don't know. It's cold in upstate New York again, and I'm tired of it.
Where do you live again?
I live in Albany.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure we talked about this. I went to St. Lawrence, so Albany's like barely upstate for me.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
St. Lawrence.
That's pretty far north. Yeah.
It's Canada.
Yep.
Well,
that was the long trip that the basketball teams took every year.
I'm the New York City kid who has lived in this part of upstate.
Oh, so like Rockland County is upstate to you?
Yeah, right, exactly. So I
John
definitely moved upstate.
John grew up in Westchester. And
okay, yeah.
Everything north of the city is considered upstate, Megan, in New York.
Absolutely.
Right.
I have family in Nyack, and they're considered upstate for pretty much anyone who's in the city.
We have a buddy who grew up in Nyack.
Oh.
Well, not like you know him, but I do like Nyack.
I actually used to go. My cousin was in like
Megan,
Nyack's high school is really good at.
You're also much younger than me. A little bit. What's going on with you, Mark?
I am in the middle of the slowest bathroom renovation ever.
Okay.
Like I mean, you guys know I have 47 jobs. So there's very few opportunities that I have to do this bathroom renovation myself, but I've also been kind of missing certain tools. I finally realized, and it takes me like all weekend to find it within my house. But we're making progress. We finally got the vanity out today. Like that took a long time. But now we're gonna finish kind of painting. I've already done about half the painting in it because I decided to do the tile gloss as opposed to
was this the
retiling and whatnot.
The middle bathroom, or do you have more?
Yes.
Nice.
Technically, I only have one bathroom. Legally, I only have one bathroom.
Legally, I only have one bathroom, but I peed in the basement today.
That's technically a half bath.
It's a quarter.
Is
bath.
it a half bath or yeah?
It's a quarter bath. I think officially. Short story. I have a Pittsburgh potty, Megan. If you don't know what that is, I have a toilet that works with running water in my basement.
When you said quarter bathroom, it was like it's got to be the toilet because that's really what defines a bathroom, right? So
It's true.
There's no walls.
You can't really be one
if you
without
literally
that.
get into its parts.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
the
you have 4
essential.
walls around the toilet. They're just encompassing the whole house. So
Yeah, it's the basement.
It's the largest.
basement is
large quarter
It's the
bathroom.
biggest bathroom
Dude,
you've ever
yeah,
seen.
you can advertise that like 200 square
quarter
foot
bathroom.
bathroom. Yeah.
Mark, you know the real estate agent who sold me this house tried to sell it as a half bath, and I told him to fuck off.
I remember you telling me that. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I was like, no, it's not. It's not. Yeah, 1.5. No, shut the fuck up. It's a toilet. But I mean, it made me look into Pittsburgh potties and the canon of a Pittsburgh potty, and I thought that.
And you're right, it works. And one day, John, maybe you'll decide to finish it off, or maybe add a sink.
Nah,
No,
I'm out.
You just
Once
gonna
I can
leave it?
afford to renovate the bathroom, I'm out. Literally. I want an ensuite. I need a jacuzzi tub.
Fancy.
I mean, if we're doing
Pete,
things that'll never happen.
Pete, how are you doing?
Doing okay. I'm healing pretty good after this 2 weeks out of the surgery, so I can pretty much do everything but crazy Pete running, jumping, skiing stuff.
Have you driven to work yet?
Yes, a couple times.
Cool.
And I had to make an emergency stop immediately upon starting to drive to work, so it's a good thing that was okay.
Well, you were kicking your wall, so you figured that out.
Yeah, but then I had to actually do it because you guys know Route 7 going into 87 in rush hour traffic in the morning. It's like just driving along and going 65 mile an hour speed limit, all of a sudden, fuck! It's like car behind me is veering off into the other lane. It's like, Jesus. But that didn't hurt, so I'm like, okay.
We might be talking about car accidents a little later on.
Oh, yeah.
Megan, if you couldn't tell, Pete likes sound effects. Pete likes sound effects.
No, me? Never.
Yeah, he does.
Anyway, so I'm feeling fine, but poor Liam got a pretty bad cold, so he was home, say afternoon yesterday, and then barely even made it in today. We thought he had an ear infection, so I brought him into the doctor. He doesn't, but he just had so much pressure up there from sinus that it made his ears hurt. So that's been bothering him for a couple days. And daycare was pretty much like, yeah, he's really irritable. Like, technically he can go back, but he probably should. Like, yeah, I think he just needs a break. So I had to start work late today, which made me finish work late today. It's a whole thing. So I'm really enjoying this beer right now. Let's just put it that way. But no, otherwise things are good.
Good. All right, let's get to know our guests a little bit better. That's right. It's time to warm up our balls.
Before the takes and curtain calls, we gotta warm up your balls.
I guess ovaries are spherical, so it's
Yeah.
no.
We're talking about basketballs and baseballs.
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
Megan.
This is a sports.
Yeah, Megan.
Sports podcast.
You know what? I'm sorry, guys. I'm out. No, I'm just
During this segment, Pete will spin the wheel and we'll randomly select the question for our guest to answer. Are you ready, Pete?
No. But actually, yes. Okay.
Yeah.
I think I said that last time. Here we go. What is the best movie franchise, Megan?
sports or like ever.
Ever.
Could be ever, sure.
Oh man.
We're
Or maybe
loosely
what's a movie franchise that you always find yourself watching?
we're loosely a sports podcast.
I gotta go with Harry Potter. I mean,
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You know,
Are we psyched for the show?
I was going to ask you, yeah, are you excited for this or not?
I'm not excited. I'll probably watch it.
Feels too soon, doesn't it?
I do a lot of. I
It's
do
too
like
soon.
a lot.
It was like
a lot of
almost
like
30 years ago.
sci-fi fantasy with Jamie. But she never got into Harry Potter. We only like got through the fourth movie.
Gen
we
Z
watched-
doesn't like Harry Potter.
We watched the trailer, and she was like, "I'll probably watch that with you." I'm like, "Done."
Okay. Hey, that's a good
Did
way.
you-
That's a
okay.
good gateway to get her into fantasy and stuff too.
I'm gonna ask you follow-up questions because I love follow-up questions. Are you into like the book series Harry Potter? So like, do you like the story?
Yeah, so actually my mom read it to me.
Okay.
Like when
Cool.
they first came out in the 90s. And
So it's like a thing.
Yeah, and so then I'm very similar age-wise to the actors, and so I kind of like grew up with them and with the movies, and so honestly, like cinematically, there's maybe stuff you could talk about, but it's largely a nostalgic thing. It's like that was like my childhood to teen years.
Well, the thing I'm hearing, and I mean, I know of them. I watched them. I wasn't really like a super duper fan, probably because I was older. But people who love the books say that the show is going to be more book close than movie close.
Oh,
that's what at least they're going for.
You got more room to breathe in a series.
I was so young when I read them to me. I didn't even read them myself. That I didn't realize like that movies would be different than books, and I don't think I've read the book since. Yeah. So most of what's in, I do know some of the nuances, but I don't have strong feelings.
So I'm assuming season 1 will be mostly the Sorcerer's Stone. Like I'm assuming that they will probably be like, yep.
Yeah, it's young Harry. Yeah, I mean that makes sense, right?
Wonder what they're going to do.
Megan,
though,
do you
as
have
it
a
goes
favorite
on, 'cause
book?
The books get longer.
Do you have a favorite book of the
goes.
series and a favorite movie of the series? And I'm curious if they're different.
Of Harry Potter? Okay, so
Harry Potter, yes.
My favorite movie is probably the 4th one.
Okay,
that's the best one.
Fire. My favorite book is probably the 7th because the timing of how dark it got and how dark my life got were very aligned. And I used to, when I started actually being able to discuss my mental health issues, I would very frequently compare my depression to a Dementor. And
oh wow!
So I found out later that that's actually, I found out later that that's actually a lot of the stuff in there was J.K. Rowling kind of expressing that part of her life. So it made sense.
Nice. That's awesome. It's always good to have an outlet for your feelings, like things that you can like relate to in like the world.
Especially as a teenager, because no, you probably know, no teen wants to go anywhere near anything that feels like anything. So
that's the power of TV, movies, books, all that stuff, right? Yeah, it lets you cope with those feelings.
I say it all the time, and I think
with characters that don't exist, but you feel like they do because you share.
My goal in my head, at least, in parenting like a girl, was to give her like the ability to feel confident enough to like take up space in a room, but also like handle problems because she feels good about herself. And so I was like, all the really hard shit in your life is going to happen when nobody's there to help you with it. And right. So you're going to have to feel good enough to be like, I don't need to do that, or I don't have to do that. Now, what's happened is she feels very good about herself, but she's also a very nice person. So she's hitting like a different problem where she doesn't feel like she can be mean to people. And so in like the beginning of her like life, it's hard to like tell the person the truth, even though it'll hurt their feelings.
Sometimes the kindest thing is being honest.
Yes.
Yeah.
The words I'm saying.
And to your point, Pete, I actually I don't work with kids and teens right now while I'm in grad school, but when I did, there's something called bibliotherapy. And it's you use, whether it's like actual book or movie characters or characters that the kids create themselves, to help them explore problems they're actually dealing with, but it's removed enough that sometimes they don't even realize that's what's happening, but they are able to kind of they'll be like, wow, this feels so familiar, and I'm like, great, what are we gonna do about that? What would that character do?
That's cool. So it's not only does it seem like it's a good thing recreationally, but it's a verified therapy tool too. Awesome.
Yeah
Very cool.
You're mostly just always tricking them.
Well,
to talk about their feelings.
That's the
you do it with the adults too, though. It's not just the kids.
That's like the show is shrinking
almost more
too.
with the adults.
I'm like learning a little bit.
At least
about
the first season, but yeah, that was such a good show.
You mean shrinking?
Really it's so
shrinking
good.
Uses actual mental health therapies? What?
Well,
amazing.
Sure, it's not
shrinking. By the way,
accurate,
being a How I Met Your Mother fan confuses me.
Oh, I know exactly what you mean, Mark.
Yeah,
show still doesn't hold up.
Steph and me too.
You don't hold up.
All right, move on.
All right, next question.
Okay. Oh, you know what? I just realized we have the wrong names behind us. Hold on. I'm Megan and Megan is Pete.
Pete, focus up, man.
Well,
I'll be
hold on a
Pete.
second.
Pete, tell your demons,
Well,
tell your spiders to give us a second.
Okay. By the way, shout out to like
later.
Lord of the Rings, Back to the Future, Top Gun, and awesome movie franchises that we didn't cover.
I love how you don't have an inner monologue during the show.
I don't. It's my chance to get it out is on this show, man.
I think the most underrated franchise of movies is post 3, so above post 4, 5 through 10, Fast and the Furious.
Fast and Furious.
Great.
Okay, yeah.
Most underrated movie series, I think, maybe ever.
I wouldn't say they're underrated, but I mean, you're definitely right. After like 5 has been my favorite of all of them.
5 is excellent. We have
they're totally different movies after 5.
Counterpoint, Toy Story.
Oh yeah, Toy Story. I'm not talking about actual good movies. I'm just talking about.
Oh yeah.
We're going through Toy
the
Stories
Fast and
right
Furious
now.
movies are not good movies, but they're enjoyable.
Oh, I see.
So I love Ludacris. So I liked Tokyo Drift. Is that the same as the 7th one? Or is it?
Tokyo Drift is
like
3.
early on.
That one and then 7. I remember.
It has the weird Southern guy who knows how to drive in
Japan or something.
Like
and Lil Bow Wow.
And Little Bow Wow.
Okay.
We were just talking about Like Mike earlier today.
I love that fucking stupid movie.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I did not see Tokyo Drift, but I did see the Pixar short of Mater going to Tokyo and getting totally like kitted out like a Tokyo Drifter car from the Cars Pixar franchise and racing another Tokyo car to a duel. It's pretty awesome. Sorry, I have a toddler, so
ask
these are the things
Meaghan,
I watch
a
now.
question, bro.
Anyway, next question. What is your
This
least?
is your fault. You're the one that brought this up.
I know. Sorry.
Bro.
What is your least favorite?
No, it's John's fault.
Okay. What is your least favorite chore?
Oh, all of them?
There's one that's just.
So
They are all bad, aren't they?
I would say laundry only because it's what I have to do most frequently. When my ex and I lived together, he preferred to clean much more often than I did. So the amount that I clean when I'm by myself is fine. I'll get in my cleaning mode and clean everything and then don't touch it for like a while. But he wanted to do it every single week and I fucking hated that. Oh, so actually vacuuming because I hate the sound of a vacuum. But right now I don't have rugs, so I haven't dealt with that in a while.
So what do I get out of vacuuming?
Sometimes when I'm feeling elevated, I clean.
Yeah, no, and then it's like, oh, you know what? I'm just gonna wipe down the sink, and like 5 hours later, the house is spotless.
Oh, that's not how it happens with me.
I just like black out.
You don't live with anybody who pisses you off.
That's what happens when I clean the stove, which is, I think, both the most like
the stove.
It's
yes.
my one of my favorites because of the result, but it's my least favorite doing it. It's just gross.
I have this stuff that I have a glass cooktop. And I have this stuff that cleans it perfect, and it's not even hard. You just like rub the stuff.
Is it the green?
I forget the brand, but yes, it's a spray-on foam, and it just like takes all the grease off, just like almost perfect, and you just rub it, just wipe it off, and you're like, oh, that's perfect, awesome, done. That's
so you have one of those fancy, new, sophisticated glass top stoves. Mine is
That's not fancy.
I have a Blue Star, so it's literally like came with the house, and it's just like parts and parts and parts and metal and things, and every single surface just gets like gunk on it, and then it's got this big drip tray. You pull it out, and you're like, oh,
Meaghan,
God.
Pete is downplaying his beautiful.
It's a beautiful stove. It just gets really dirty.
Gas.
I have a gas stove right now.
It's a
I
lot
have a
of
gas stove.
I love
gas stoves.
I grew up with a gas stove too, so you got to like take the whole thing off and like try not to set yourself on fire by accident.
Meaghan, every single part of it, including like even the burner, like the tubes feeding the gas lines and stuff, like all have to detach to get to everything to clean it. It's a pain. It's a mess. But anyway.
All right, one more question because we just hit 10 minutes.
Yeah, that one made me feel like sad. Let's find a better one. Oh, this is better. Okay, after you finish the chores, what is your go-to cocktail or adult drink?
All right, to be fair, for a moment of clarity here, the question has nothing to do with chores. Pete just added that in.
That was my segue to the third question.
To be fair.
So, okay, I don't drink a whole lot, but I actively hate alcohol. I hate fermented things. So alcohol tastes like bacteria to me. Anyway, I have gotten to the point where I actually genuinely enjoy a Dirty Shirley with Jim Beam.
Really?
Like I hate alcohol, but I actually like that drink.
That's a fun drink.
Yeah, and
think
bartenders
I've ever
always
had that
get
one.
confused. It's not real. I made it up. Bartenders always get confused because I think Dirty Shirley's are supposed to usually be vodka.
Yeah.
But my logic is like, okay, but Jameson and ginger ale's like a classic. And so you're just adding grenadine and changing whiskey to bourbon. I don't know why this isn't the default.
That's not a bad idea.
The fact that you
I'll
drink
try that.
bourbon.
So for someone who doesn't drink and abhors alcohol, that's quite a mixology.
I just want to point a few things
lesson
out
right there. Whew.
My wife, who is a burnt out social worker, who drinks bourbon for fun, who is a little messy. I think you guys might be the same person.
They're the same person?
Yes.
Possible.
Oh my goodness.
They share a soul.
I'm not a little messy. I'm very messy.
Yes, I was being nice.
Oh my God.
You guys are seeing the clean part of my room.
You're like, that's my one clean wall.
Oh no.
Look, it's got spots. Oh no, that's on mine.
Bro, you were
I think
just
it's
describing-
Yeah, it's
Mel and
just
Megan have
video
to meet.
compression noise. It's fine.
you were describing your cleaning mode, which Tony also does.
Does she have
It's like-
ADHD? Because that's
she does.
usually.
She has
Yeah, there we go.
ADHD,
That's it.
yeah.
Yep.
Same person. They have to meet.
Wow.
They have
Have
to
to
meet.
meet. Done. Decided.
We can, John. We can go to a Woo Sox game, which is the AAA affiliate of the Red Sox in Worcester.
The
We gotta go
Sox.
Red
That's
Sox.
a
A lot
great
cheaper than a lot cheaper than a Bo Sox game. That's for sure.
We have to go. Did you, by the way, talking about it, did you see the American League right now has perfect parity? There's a 5-1 team and a 1-5 team. There's a 4-2 team and a 2-4 team.
Huh.
Okay.
They gotta continue
There's
that.
a 3-3 team. Perfect parity. I love it.
Awesome.
The Yankees
I'm
are
glad
5-1.
I'm glad that you figured that out, John.
The Yankees are
Don't
5-1, by the way.
I do like old
Oh, excuse
fashions
me.
now, probably because we're old and fashionable. But
That's not why you.
no.
It's because you like bourbon.
yeah, no, I don't like bourbon. I like Scotch better.
Right. This Scotch is amazing, by the way.
Yeah, actually, so for me, just
I'm gonna
just
finish
good
it tomorrow.
Scotch, good peaty, like.
What kind of Scotch is it?
I don't remember. It's a bottle I've never
Already?
had.
Yeah,
That
like,
it's a
Half a glass.
it's
It's smashed.
it's in a decanter, and the bottle has been gone for weeks,
Huh.
so I don't
Gotcha.
honestly
That's fair.
remember.
That's
But
fair.
it's very good. My sister got it for me. Thank you, Wendy.
fancy
Do you remember what
decanter
the bottle looked like?
No, not at all.
Scotch.
It's
I'm
just
so
doors.
I mean, Scotch always looks and tastes better when it's out of a fancy decanter.
Green. I think my bottle of green I got for my birthday will be next. That will go in the decanter. My niece, hey Marion, got me a decanter for Christmas, and it lights up, and it's amazing.
What?
And I love it.
I gotta see this. That's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, it
Oh,
has
maybe
like,
that's like the official uncle gift because my niece gave me a decanter.
hell yeah,
Christmas
baby.
a couple
That's
years
awesome.
ago.
That's awesome. Yeah,
It's got
so
it's
like
a globe decanter.
mine is a globe decanter, kind of.
Well, mine doesn't light up though.
I
Mine-
still
yeah.
have a to bring it in.
I'll have to
with-
return that with my niece. Like,
with
you
the
need to do better.
So I heard this cool theory where you drink your scotch and then the little leavings where you don't actually have a glass left, you put it in your decanter and you make like a blend
Ooh,
essentially
I don't
because
know
you
about
keep.
that.
I mean,
Maybe.
as long as you don't drink shitty scotch.
That's true. If it's a bunch
I
of
don't
good
see the
ones, then it could be good.
I don't see the problem with that at all. I mean, generally you're drinking the same type. By the way, we are on a tangent. We have
I
another
know,
question
sorry.
to do,
Hey,
so let's get to it.
To bring this back to,
Oh no, we
to
have a
adult
whole
drinks
new
and
segment we
sports.
gotta do.
I have a bottle of
Whole
Lagavulin,
podcast.
16 that will not open until the Bills are back in the Super Bowl.
Ooh.
I like this plan.
It's been a close couple of years there since 2020, but no cigar.
Pete, I think I finished off 5 bottles of Lagavulin 16.
You've probably, I've never had it. I've had the 8 a bunch. That's like my go-to now. That's like my good default Scotch. I've had the Offerman 11.
Spin the wheel.
Sorry, all right, I know.
No, we're done, aren't we? That was 3 questions.
3.
Was
Was?
it?
All right,
it
good,
was.
good, good.
It was. You're right.
Good, good,
Because he
good.
segued into the alcohol from the.
God,
There's your
so
favorite
fucking
holiday
confused.
tradition, also Scotch. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, Melanie.
Oh, hey, what's up?
There's Melanie.
You're in the things.
Twinsies.
That's funny. Okay.
All right.
Should I put
Hold
my
on.
now-
I gotta switch gears here to get into cool mode. Okay. Here we go.
In the cool mode.
It's so cool when you call it out, Pete.
That's right. We can cut
Again,
that,
no
right?
inner monologue. And now we hand things off to Pete for his returning segment.
The one, the only, Mighty Morphin Power Rankings. switched to the page right. Sorry. Let me turn that reverb off. I switched to the page right on the explosion. That was freaking hot. Okay. I don't have a script up in here to read though, so hold on a second,
Pete, you're such a professional
broadcaster.
so good,
and then I fucked it up. Okay, guys, it was April Fool's Day when we wrote these, but the rankings, they are very real. OKC still at number 1. Not a prank, just a problem. They've been rolling through teams like it's scripted. The Spurs hold at number 2. Wemby continues to look like he downloaded extra abilities mid-season. Pistons slipped from 2 to 3. They're still elite, they just hit a speed bump. Celtics holding at 4. Tatum returning to form, and the C's are quietly stacking wins like it's auto-pay. And here's the headline, guys. The Lakers jump into 5 after winning 15 games in March. 15! And Luka Doncic. Wait, how did I say this correctly before?
Luka Doncic
dropped 600 points in the month, which sounds fake, but it is not.
We're going to talk about it.
Okay. A little preview. Next, the big ballers. The Knicks fall from 5 to 6, sorry, John, after a 3-game losing streak. John is probably going to be mad at Mark for doing this, but...
I agree.
Well,
they lost a bunch of games against teams they should have beat.
Okay, well, that ruins the next line in the script where I can hear the group chat blowing up, but apparently John's fine with it. All right, the Nuggets move
fine with it.
Up 1 to 7.
Thank God we got to play the Grizzlies.
Yes. Woo! Jokic still producing insane numbers like he's playing 3D chess out there. Did I say it right this time?
Yeah, close enough.
Close enough. Cavs slide down 2 spots to number 8. The offense is still hit or miss with Harden and Mitchell preparing for playoff disappointment. The Timberwolves are at 9, quietly stacking wins and nobody fully trusted yet, though, so they're going to stay there. Rockets at 10, young, streaky, possibly relying on Kevin Durant too much. And how is he still in the league? Hasn't he been like on 80 on every team at this point? I'm asking that. That's not rhetorical.
Oh, it's been a lot. It's like
okay.
half the league.
All right, half. Next, the bouncing balls. The up-down teams. The Hawks are holding steady, though, after last week's jump. Addition by subtraction does work. Raptors steady. Suns trying to find a rhythm. Hornets are still there. Don't ask questions. The Sixers bounce back into this tier. Probably won't last, but enjoy it while it lasts. And now, flat balls. Clippers still suck. Oh, I heard that it suck.
The Clippers do suck.
I guess so. Elite play from, what is it, Kawhi?
Kawhi.
Damn. Mid results. Sorry, guys. Blazers developing patience more than wins. Miami keeps sliding. The Heat culture is currently buffering. The Magic drop into this tier after a rough stretch, and the Warriors are still hanging around mostly on reputation. Ugh. And next, tanking balls. That's my new way to say it. Pelicans still leading the should-be-better club. The Bucks are hovering with no real identity except to keep Giannis away. Bulls, Grizzlies, and Mavs stuck in losing streak territory. Kings, Jazz, Nets just kind of existing. And the Wizards and Pacers, they've been in draft mode for a while now. All right, not everything was a joke this week. Lakers are on fire. Knicks are slipping, and somewhere John is texting Mark in all caps right now secretly because he's actually mad about it, I bet. All right, so everybody in the comments, drop who's speaking at the right time and who's about to get exposed. And how about you guys talk about all this stuff that I screwed up there in the delivery?
John, be honest, you are mad. You're not mad at the fact that I ranked them at 6th. You're just mad at them.
I think they're the 6th team. Overall, I think, by the way, they're going to win 3rd in Eastern Conference, even if they lose out. So I'm not super mad about the situation, but it's not good to get cold going into the playoffs. That's for sure. I saw that Cat wasn't. We've been talking about Cat. I saw that Cat wasn't standing with the team in the huddle, and they're losing games they should win. And of course, they beat the Grizzlies. I think we could beat the Grizzlies. We got another confidence game.
Like the 4 of us?
I think so. They're very bad.
Yeah. Against 5 of them, I think we'd still win. Yeah.
So. They're very bad. I mean, they're tall. They're very tall. So maybe we would lose.
Taller than me.
But yeah, they're taller than Pete, and Pete is the tallest.
Okay, before I blew my ACL out, maybe we'd have a shot.
But
I don't know about anymore.
I think I just looked up the wins. The Wizards have won 17 games all season, and I think that's very sad. Very, very, very sad.
Excuse me.
Maybe they'll actually
pretty much everyone in the tanking ball section have been mathematically eliminated from the playoffs.
Ouch.
Yes, very much so. I don't know. I want to be excited about the Knicks. I think the Knicks team this year is better than the Knicks team last year, but I'm just not convinced. I think a lot of teams are better than they are. Not the Celtics. I think they will beat the Celtics, but I don't think they'll beat the Pistons. And at least in the I think the Western Conference is a lot better than the Eastern Conference right now.
I would disagree with that. Well, all right. I will agree with maybe like all the playoff teams and as a whole probably are better in the West. However, I think the teams at the top of the East versus the teams at the top of the West are pretty similar.
You think so?
So we'll see.
Okay. I was under the impression that OKC was going to destroy everybody.
Unfortunately, I think
it's Thunder, Spurs, Lakers versus Pistons, Celtics, Knicks. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, right?
I think the two best teams are going to in each conference are going to face each other unfortunately in the second round. So I think the Celtics and Knicks are going to face each other in the second round, and I think the Spurs. Actually, I'm sorry. I let me reiterate that. The Spurs could potentially overtake the Thunder, believe it or not, for the number 1 seed. There are only 2 games back, so it's possible. It's not likely, but it's possible.
With 6 left. 6 left. Yeah, 6.
But we're potentially the Western Conference Finals is now going to be Spurs versus Thunder. Because I think the Nuggets. Yeah, the Nuggets have slipped down to 4th, so they would face the Thunder in the second round. But before it would have they were the 3rd seed, and so it would have been Spurs and Thunder. And I think the Nuggets, and I think Jokic would fare well against Wemby, believe it or not, in that.
Yeah, the Nuggets and the Lakers are eliminated from 1 and 2. So really, the Thunder and the Spurs are just left from 1 and 2. I found a magic number chart that's actually awesome.
Huh. I mean, pretty much the playoff
like a
seedings.
Playoff machine?
Yeah.
Pretty much the playoff seedings 1 through 6 are set.
Yeah, pretty much.
And the play-in teams are set.
Yeah, pretty much. I think the play-in games are going to be kind of fun, honestly.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think so too.
But that's what they want. And I actually really appreciate all sports allowing the second tier of teams to have a shot. Not only does it get more buy-in, as far as a fan positioning thing, but it gets things like maybe not the Lakers this year, but the Lakers last year. That was really cool that they got to play. I don't know. I ran out of steam. Meaghan, do you like
and
basketball?
And the song ended too, so it's like,
do you like basketball?
Timing.
Do you watch basketball at all?
So I can't speak technically about basketball because it used to be my life.
Did you play in high school?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was on a D1 track, and then I was like, this isn't fun anymore.
Meaghan, are you tall?
I'm 5'8".
Okay.
I'm
That's pretty tall.
size 7 3/4, but my license says 5'8".
What position did you play?
So I hit puberty when I was 11. So I've been 5'8" since I was 11. So
I've been 5'7" since I was 9.
I'm still waiting for my growth spurt.
You'll get there, Mark.
So I started off playing like a 5 and a 4 because I was just the tallest.
Same situation.
That is a tall 11-year-old.
But I towered over everyone. But
here's the problem, and tell me if your experience represents my experience. When you learn how to play basketball and you're already tall, you learn things that are different. Like you learn how to post and push, and you don't really learn ball handling when you're supposed to. And then you don't grow, and then it's time to be the ball handler, and you're less good than you probably should be. So you have to
So that was a bigger problem in volleyball. In basketball, I sort of went from 5 to 4 to 3, and I could swing between 3 and 4 in less competitive leagues, and then 2 and 3 in more competitive leagues.
Right.
But in volleyball, I was trained as a middle hitter and literally nothing else. So to this day, I have a very hard time hitting an outside ball.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Don't we all?
Hey.
I don't know where I was going with that.
I'm not sure.
It was a good effort.
It's okay.
John, are we going to, you think we're going to make a playoff game? What do you think?
I'll go. I would love to go.
Mark, you've already been to a Celtics game recently.
I don't know if I have the money if the Knicks play the Celtics.
So
those
money.
tickets are going to be like $600.
But I do. I mean, we were supposed to go to Madison Square Garden, and that plan didn't quite.
Yeah, my friend Mark said he'd figure that out.
How much more are NBA playoff tickets compared to regular season? Because Mark, you were just at a game recently.
Well, the first round isn't so bad, But when the later rounds, they tend
Listen,
to get mucho.
When the Knicks play the Celtics in the NBA in the Eastern Conference semifinals, and they will, and we do have to go. The tickets are going to be astronomical.
Start saving now.
Mark, I don't have the money for that. Cut it off.
Maybe the money will just appear.
Cut it off at the pass. I don't.
And you'll have to just come to the game. It's like, oh, John, I got this ticket.
We'll just use all the proceeds from this podcast.
We have to go to Madison Square Garden now.
I'm good at driving.
Oh wait, never mind.
It's a year of yes, Mark. Negative. Fuck yeah, baby. The year of yes.
Last year was the year of yes, John.
No, this is the year of yes
Every
too.
Year
Every year is the year of yes. If you want to go, let's fucking go. I'll figure it out.
All right, we'll figure it out.
I think that's a good stop.
We all good?
I think
all right. Tune in next week for some more rankings of power.
By the way, everyone, as you can tell, we're in the end of the NBA season. We're going to switch to baseball. We're going to figure that out. I don't know how, but we're going to do it. I have to get probably some more. I probably have to find some more logos, so I'll work on that at some point.
Yeah.
Well, we can do the power rankings up until the finals. Like that's what we did with football.
Yeah, but Pete really likes his power rankings into the playoffs, but I don't think that makes a lot of sense.
I have so much fun doing the NFL ones.
Well, we will do a power rankings right before the draft, right, Pete? An NFL power rankings.
Oh yeah, yes. Well, not before the draft. It'll be post-draft rankings. So we basically.
Oh, you want to do post-draft? Okay.
Well, we'll encompass all the free agency moves. Here's a preview. All the free agency moves and draft moves that teams have done, because at that point, that's enough personnel change around the league. It's going to be a lot.
NFL draft, by the way, April 23rd. Get ready.
Coming up sooner than you think.
John Harbaugh talking to everybody, man.
Oh, yeah. I just saw Jordan Tyson mocked to the Bills at 26. I would take that. Him or Casey Concepcion. Let's go.
That's just a fun name to say.
Concepcion.
I think the more I think about it, I want Sonny Styles because he's a genetic freak.
In that same draft, mock draft, John, he happened to be mocked to the Giants.
You get the best available player at number 5, John.
That was Sonny Styles.
All right, we'd like to thank one of this week's fake sponsors, Time Ghost. Sends messages on your behalf, so it looks like you're always on top of things. Time Ghost. You're right on top of that, Rose. Huh. Does anyone get that
No, but it was very good.
No.
It's from Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead.
I like that movie.
It's when Christina Applegate was working for the CEO, and she would always have to respond, "I'm right on top of that, Rose." I ended up quoting that one of my old jobs with someone, and I ended up finding a mug that said that. It's like,
that's
right
pretty good.
Rose.
Nice.
All right, everyone, shall we kick off the shindig?
Hell yeah!
Yeah.
So, with having a social worker on the show, these are all social songs.
Okay.
Here's the first topic. I've got all my ballers with me. Here's the first topic. Get up, everybody, and sing.
I like the little falsetto there. That was good.
So in my opinion, the athlete that draws everyone's attention all over the world is Tiger Woods. He's certainly had his peaks and valleys, and last week he hit another proverbial speed bump as he was involved in another serious car accident. He subsequently was arrested on suspicion of DUI despite blowing a 0 on the breathalyzer. The body cam footage came out just today with his altercation with the Florida police, and it possibly raised more questions than answers in the never-ending dramatic tragedy known as Tiger Woods' life. With allegations there were drugs in his system and recent news of him taking off to work on his health, this just sparks memories of the final days of other celebrities. Now, even after this fourth major accident involving a car, Eldrick says he refused to hire a driver due to privacy concerns. So everyone, why won't Tiger Woods hire a driver, and is he following a trail like Michael Jackson and Matthew Perry?
I mean, Tiger Woods is an alcoholic.
Well, this wasn't alcohol.
The last few times it's been, I believe, OxyContin. And
I was going to say, I feel like just because of the pain that he's gone through, he's probably an opioid addict.
Addict's an addict, exactly.
An addict's an addict.
And he just, I mean,
right.
Sometimes when you get a person who has a serious mental health problem, and addiction is a mental health problem, and you give them a lot of money and a lot of power, I mean, they're never going to get better. They're just never going to get better.
Also, like, especially, you see this a lot with college athletes. If someone's identity is tied to the sport that they play, and then they either start getting bad at it or they can no longer play it, you feel like you lose your worth as a human being. And that would draw anyone to anything that will make them feel something other than that. So it's that's why like sports psychology really took off in the last couple of decades, because they started realizing that like, especially for like young college athletes, that they're in this developmental stage, but they're still being treated almost as professionals. And then they graduate and they're like, all right.
Well, definitely today now that they're getting paid with NIL and whatnot too. And you have even before that, you have a bunch of people, you have your entourage and you have your support system that are always telling you you're the best, you're the greatest. Like you are the best in your sport. And then you're like you said, one day it's just gone. I mean, a lot of times that support system goes away too.
I think it's pretty sad. Charlie's only 17. Charlie also like a burgeoning career, but does Tiger deserve to be on the senior tour? For sure. Will he be with all the trouble in his life? I don't know.
I know.
Maybe. Probably not.
That's what concerns me, man, because you've had some great classic PGA Tour superstars that have had this great senior tour career, and I don't know.
He thinks he can still be on the regular PGA Tour and win.
But he can't.
Without a doubt. I know that's what he thinks.
Just a few too many really bad injuries and incidents like this, man.
It's a lot of surgeries. Yeah. Some of them from golf and some of them from the car accident.
Right. Yeah.
No.
That should have spelled the end of it right there. That horrific accident he was in a couple of years ago. Yeah. No wonder he's addicted to opioids if that's the case.
That doesn't help either.
Yeah.
Man. I mean, the state of Florida should probably look out for his own self-interest and just take away his license.
Florida's not.
That's so he forces himself to get a driver now.
Seriously, yeah. I mean,
he's been in a lot of accidents.
If it's privacy,
Florida's not going to do that
as an issue. Just get a. I mean, he's got money. Get a fancy limo with one of those like privacy shields. I don't know.
Plenty of celebrities have drivers. It's an excuse.
Yeah. It's a pride thing.
It's a control. Yeah, it's probably a control thing too. Like,
there's no way he doesn't have other like house cleaners or like people that do similar things that he must have some trust in to do them that he couldn't. Yeah, it's definitely
Tiger Woods doesn't wash his own underpants. Come on.
Right.
You don't know that. He's just like us.
No, he's not.
Dude, he has tiger vision.
He's certainly not.
I don't have tiger vision.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was a reference to the EA Sports games.
Mark and I had a real problem with Tiger Woods golf. We played a lot of that game. Like a lot.
I never got past the character creator, but to be fair, that was a really cool character creator.
All right, so I want to kind of focus on the second part of this question. Do you feel that he's going to follow in the same steps as people like Michael Jackson and Matthew Perry?
Man, I hope not.
I don't necessarily like Matthew Perry's addiction, right? Addict's gonna addict. Matthew Perry's addiction was a lot clearer and maybe a lot more destructive. You could tell Matthew Perry was going to kill himself, to be honest. I mean, like, you just watch, like, the history and, like, you look at a person. I don't know if Tiger's at that, but, again, if he doesn't get help and he doesn't, commit to getting better, then maybe.
Yeah, hopefully this... Go ahead,
that's often the kind of piece of it is you can't help someone who doesn't want help. And so far, it seems like he's not super interested in getting help. But that can change at any moment. For some people, it's a very minor thing that changes their mind. For something, it's they call it rock bottom. Like you hit your lowest, and that's what changes your mind. And some people, it never happens.
Like Tiger's had a few rock bottoms. I mean, the one incident with him, like when he was still married to Elin Nordegren, and he collided with like the mailbox, and there was a golf club involved. Like I felt like that was a rock bottom.
Well, you know what? Then we'll just have to do it.
Driving in California, and when he shattered his leg,
I can't believe
that could have been a rock bottom.
Look, Steph will appreciate this. I think we're just going to have to help Tiger out here and do what Michael Scott tried to do to Meredith in The Office, and just make her hit rock bottom. so that she'll go and get help. Or he'll get help in this case.
All right, we'll do that. Well, anyway. I'll do that the next time I run into Tiger.
Yeah. Just, yeah.
And time. Man. Sing me a song, Mark.
Yeah, Mark.
Next topic. When you've got balls, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. Next topic before. It won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody for next topic.
It's very good, man.
Nice.
So the new WNBA collective bargaining agreement is being called historic for a reason. The salary cap is jumping from 1.5 million to 7 million. Average salaries are also expected to land around 600,000, and the minimum salary is now over 300,000. So that's more than quadruple what it was before. But as we've been discussing, the biggest shift is revenue sharing. Players are now set to receive roughly 20% of league revenue, up from 9%, which fundamentally changes how players participate in the league's growth. On top of that, there are improved benefits, better travel, retirement contributions, family planning support, and even recognition payments for past players who helped build the league. So when you look at this new CBA, how significant is this moment for the WNBA and women's sports overall? And is this the kind of deal that permanently changes how women's leagues operate and how players are valued?
I would say 100% yes. So I was raised by lesbians, so I had no choice but to watch women's sports growing up. The WNBA was probably number one.
Well, plus you're your future WNBA superstar, I guess.
Yeah, I was also
right,
a basketball
you were
player
on that
myself,
track too.
So yeah.
What a great open, Megan.
Yeah, right, seriously, you set the stage here.
For real.
Question, I was like, I have so much to say, especially because the CEO of the WNBA used to be the CEO of Deloitte, which is one of the big four accounting firms. And basically all the shifts that have been happening kind of happened after she took over. And so one of the things that used to happen a lot is that players would play in the WNBA almost out of, I don't know, like pride or nostalgia, or like the WNBA wasn't a very profitable job. Most of the time they make their money overseas, Europe, Asia, wherever it may be. And it was almost just like this was like a place of like national pride, celebrate. Like you grew up wanting to be in the WNBA. It wasn't really what drove them financially. So the fact that this is now going to be it could be something like that. You're going to get players investing more in the league, in those teams, beyond just like a spirited way. And then that in turn creates greater audience following, greater revenue, and kind of cycles in on itself. So that's kind of how I see it impacting things.
I mean, your favorite podcast, If These Balls Can Talk. We've been talking about the WNBA and this CBA for a while, a couple shows.
Yeah,
we didn't think this was going to happen.
Oh, I did. and when you think about it, the thing that's changed in women's basketball, at least, is that there are a lot more superstars, honestly. And Mark will say that the whole thing is based on Caitlin Clark, and I don't think that's exactly true.
I didn't say it's based on Caitlin Clark. I'm just saying
I think that
it is based. She's become the main attraction.
Yeah,
I think it's based around the fact
it into the next level.
It's I still disagree. I think it's based on the fact that there are a lot of players, Breanna Stewart, Caitlin Clark. I mean, there's a lot of players that people will follow now, and I think sport and professional sport really is based around the fact that like you can get excited about people can get excited about being their heroes, right? And so girls playing basketball look at the WNBA and say, wow, that's cool. I mean, when you get down to it, the Breanna Stewart Nike shoe is one of the most popular shoes in the whole country. And it's because she's a great...
Nike shoe.
She does. She's a great businesswoman, right? And she's leading unrivaled, and she's making the Liberty win games, and she's shooting threes with Steph Curry. And like, the whole narrative is changing, right?
It also, there was when there was a change in NCAA with like Caitlin Clark
Yeah.
and Sabrina. I can never say her last name. She played for Washington, I think.
Ionesco.
And
Ionesco.
thank you. And she did the shootout with Steph Curry, right? And chose to use a guy's size ball and the guy's 3-point line when she did it.
She almost won.
So I know, right? She was amazing in college. Like I think she's had a lot of injury since, but she was incredible when she was in college. And that sort of transition from those college players becoming more well known into the WNBA, and then the people who are already there kind of get more recognized. It's funny though, because like people had baseball trading cards, I had WA trading cards.
Oh.
Nice.
Growing up, so there's like Cheryl Swoops and like all these people that were like my idols, but I'm pretty sure almost no one else has ever heard of. So except for the ones that are now commentators.
So my sister Melanie is also very much like grew up playing basketball, loves the WNBA. Like she goes to games all the time, right? She goes to games all the time, and she takes pictures, and she has this dream of being a photographer for the WNBA. But like, she is very much into. She sent me lots of updates on the CBA, and it was big news in my house. And I think that when you get down to it, it's a good product, and I'm gonna almost say it's a much better product than it used to be, and it is very much in line with the men's product. I think that the WNBA plays really, really good basketball right now. That's my daughter.
Yeah. This new angle, you just see random flybys behind you.
Because the door's open too.
I know.
I texted her to go to bed, but I don't know if she's going to.
We'll see.
You want to hear my hot take on this?
Go
for it.
I think the players caved in a little bit too much on this.
Do you think they
gave that was going to be my question
now,
to you guys.
Keep in mind,
do you think the terms are enough, considering what we were arguing? Kind of.
They did not get the 50%,
yeah.
but I don't
think the men get 51%.
I don't think they were ever going to get the 51%. But
no, you're right with that, because still the overall revenue is a much lower percentage of what the men get. However, I still think that they probably could have gotten a little bit closer. I think the women gave in so that they could play this season. That's what I really think.
There's a lot of pride
because they
keep
still.
the season going.
Am I wrong with saying that they deserve more?
Yeah,
of course agree with that, don't we? Hi, Jamie.
They deserve 51%, just like the guys.
Oh my god! That's
so you're absolutely right. I mean, clearly now. I mean, what was the media agreement for? It was, I think, what was it? It was like $2 billion over 6 seasons or something like that. I forget what that was, but that's still not compared to what the men are.
I mean, they have a $2.2 billion 11-year TV
11
deal.
years, excuse me.
In the wings, ready to fucking go.
Right.
I mean, the fact of it is that the women, and this is the thing I've been arguing for a year, the women, they're never going to have more leverage. This is the maximum amount of leverage.
I disagree with that. If the game keeps building and growing, then yes, they're going to have more leverage.
Well, how many years
I think
is this agreement for?
What were you going to say,
Keep in mind, we just talked about how it's expensive to go to men's games now. But, John, you and I love sports. We would definitely go to a Liberty game, wouldn't we?
Yes.
And unfortunately, the Connecticut.
I used to go to some games.
Nice. I thought the Connecticut Sun, they were going to move to Boston. Turns out they're moving to Houston. So we know the Northeast no longer. I'm sorry, New England no longer has a WNBA team. That's another story.
It's all right. We got the PWHL, so we're good.
We do have the PWHL.
That's
and
really
and there's a Boston team for the NWSL now too.
Did you guys watch that shit? The fucking women's baseball draft. That was so exciting.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, it was like it happened.
I
knew it happened. I knew.
Like before all of this shift, like culturally, the investment in the WA was cultural. It was about pride and stuff, and so the female players are probably more interested in the future of the league more than their own careers.
I think the women too. They knew the importance of playing this season.
Right,
I think it would have been a huge detriment if they didn't play this season.
I agree.
And it's not really just the superstars; it's the entire league, because there are players like you said, Meaghan. There are players that play here and they also play overseas. But I mean, keep in mind, before they weren't making that much, but they were playing it because that's their job and they love the game.
I mean,
and whatnot.
At the end of it, they doubled almost everything. The only thing that they gave in on is revenue sharing. And I mean, I think they could have pushed harder on revenue sharing.
And we're going to have $1 million contracts now in the WNBA, which is great.
That is pretty
probably cool. The fact that they got the women who paved the way, they got, Charles Swoops, they got retirement pay for these women who did not make a lot of money.
It's almost like reparations.
Sure. Is amazing. And I'm very, very glad that they stuck to their guns long enough to kind of legitimize the league itself. Like, it feels very real now. And I love that, honestly.
Sure. Yeah, it's a big step.
They could have gotten more revenue.
They definitely could have.
I agree. At least it's a big step, and as long as they acknowledge and everybody's aware, it's not enough yet.
Well, yeah, it's 5 years from now, how much more power will they have? Negotiating power will they have?
Right.
If this grows the league to a significant degree.
How long is the CBA agreement for? Is it 5 years?
I don't know, but like you can kind of renegotiate.
I mean, the future looks bright for the women. Look at the UConn women; they're undefeated again in the Final Four.
Oh, UConn's an incredible.
I mean, Gino Auriemma, man, he's just
oh my god,
coach.
Mm-hmm.
All ones. Anyway, I think we're good.
Glad to see the women at least getting some of their dues here.
No, I mean they're 4 number 1 teams in the final.
Yeah, no, I know what you meant.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for the next topic. Travel down a road and back again. Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant.
Doom, doom, doom.
Oh, I just realized this was a bad segue into this topic. For more than 2 months now, and I can't believe we haven't talked about this until now, Nancy Guthrie, who is the mother of Today host Savannah Guthrie, is still missing. There are no suspects and little surveillance video available. So everyone, with all the technology that exists today, why do we think that Nancy Guthrie still hasn't been found?
Because she's dead.
Wouldn't they find a body?
No.
I mean, they usually do.
I mean, these are like the smartest criminals ever.
But I don't know, like white women get captured every once in a while and are gone for several months.
But not the mom of a celebrity, a nationwide celebrity.
And I think that this was one of those, like, they make a movie out of it. Like, some poor cousin is like, I'm gonna kidnap this chick and I'm gonna try to get some money.
Or is it an inside job?
Something went sideways.
I didn't know who this person was until you sent me the question. So I had to look it up just to know what you were talking about.
Well, that's another thing. So it's been 2 months, but when was the last time this has been heard in the news? It's been probably about a month since this was on like the morning or evening news.
Mark, I gotta tell you, man.
And you're right, Meaghan, you're right. The fact that missing people, there's a lot of missing people out there, and the sometimes the case just goes cold, right?
Wow.
Well, actually, so I was talking with someone recently about this, or adjacently, like that a lot of abuse and murder and assault and stuff like that happens not by some random stranger in the woods, but by someone you know, a family member, a friend, a partner. And that a lot of the time when there's a case like this and the police cover those bases and those don't go anywhere, there's not a lot to go on after that because those are the usual suspects. And there's not a lot of data or information on what to do from there. And so it becomes less of a priority because it seems less achievable for lack.
So that's an interesting point.
Of a better word.
Why would a random stranger kidnap an 80-year-old woman?
With no there's no ransom, right? No. So...
Is this like the Joker? They just want to see the world burn?
No. I mean, no, somebody wanted money and they fucked it up because people are dumb. I mean, that's what happened.
So they're smart, but they're dumb.
Is there a religious spin on it too?
They covered all their tracks.
Smarts and then there's street smarts. Just because you can plan it doesn't mean you can execute it.
Is there maybe some kind
all of their tracks?
Is there some kind of religious
seemingly
attachment to this too? Like maybe somebody had some kind of issue with her like religious
Oh,
season.
she was like
she's a big
Christian
Bible
author
teacher,
or something? Yeah,
speaker
yeah.
associated with Presbyterian Church.
So why kidnap her? Why not like
No,
do something else?
Sacrifice her to the devil.
Sure.
I'm just
I mean, I
it's
didn't want
awful.
to say that,
I
but...
mean, yeah. And I didn't realize how old she was too. Like when you're saying mother, I assume right.
She
like
wasn't. She was
60s or
very old.
70s,
She
but-
didn't want to be put in a home. She wanted to live in her home, even though she needed like a lot of.
she's on an island
medication.
somewhere for retirement.
One
She
can
did
only
herself.
hope.
Sounds good.
But still, like nothing. Like think of how much surveillance is around us.
Yeah,
Just about all of my neighbors have Ring cameras. Just
But
about.
I mean, like,
Where's
let's
she
just
from?
think.
It's somewhere in Texas, I believe.
Let's think about it in a real logical way, right? The fact of it is that
apparently
if the police
Tennessee,
aren't
or,
making
well, most
any
recently.
headway, if they're looking that hard, and they probably are, if they're not making any headway, it is either a random act of violence or it is something that is so on the inside that nobody has any proof. And I mean, it's probably random. It is so tertiarily newsworthy, and I hate to say that because it.
Well, do you? Do you think they will ever find her?
No.
And
Give it
the
30
longer
years.
it goes, the
That's
less
usually what happens.
less of a chance. Yeah.
No, I mean, it's
And I
been
could also see it being like so a random attack and them not knowing who she is.
True.
And then being like, oh fuck.
Huh.
My bad.
Well,
Gosh.
I mean,
yeah, that's true. I mean, I guess
whoever
like, the
did
old
it
daughter of
knew
a
where all the where
show
the
anchor,
cameras
it's
were
not-
and did exactly what they needed to do. I mean, that is one theory that they did try to rob her and then it just went wrong, and so they had to cover their tracks. But usually, when something goes not according to plan, that's when you make mistakes.
Yep.
And there's again very little evidence of what happened.
Yeah, see,
Because it was
you're
random.
thinking there should have been some.
Now, I will say
some crumbs
this:
left over.
having that one Ring camera, I have a Ring camera, but I also have multiple cameras around, and they're all Ring. So, listen, you take down one, there's 3 other cameras that are going to catch you. So, I mean, that's I think that's kind of one lesson maybe people should take out of this. Like, don't just get the one camera, right? Get as much coverage as you can.
I like that theory, Mark. All right. Get a lot of
Should be an
cameras.
insurance
Be real paranoid.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yes.
I'm into it.
especially this
I'm
day
into
and
it.
age.
All right.
Plus, you can spy your neighbors.
True.
Gotta leave it on spying your neighbors, Mark. Come on, man.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it's good.
One love, one heart. Let's get together for next topic.
Are we going to Jamaica?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
I
So
didn't
we're gonna
realize
talk-
what you meant by social songs, but then I was like, oh, family, friend. I'm getting it now. I had no idea what
there's a
that meant.
theme.
To be
So as
fair,
we
when
look-
I googled these, I didn't realize that this is where I was going.
Well, you got here.
So you tied the theme together after the songs.
No, it's like, oh, so that's what the internet thought I meant by social songs.
Oh, okay,
Oh.
gotcha.
So as we look back on this past weekend's Elite Eight, the ending between the UConn Huskies men's basketball and Duke Blue Devils is going to be talked about for a long time.
I feel
On
like
a
we need
wild
to play the Money More from Power Rankings theme.
On a
song for
wild
this one.
trap defense
Do you wanna
on an
play the music?
inbound in the
No, don't do it,
final
don't do it.
seconds, UConn gets the ball back, and hero Braylon Mullins calmly knocks down the game-winning, almost 40-footer. Just as much as we're praising the shot, people are dissecting what Duke did wrong, defensive miscommunication on the switch, giving Mullins just enough space, and not fouling up 3 earlier in the possession. In a game where every detail matters, those last few seconds felt like a breakdown more than just great offense. And so when you look at the final sequence, how much of UConn's win comes down to execution and a big-time shot from Mullins, and how much falls to Duke's poor situational awareness in the final seconds? And in March, are games more often won by great plays or small mistakes?
So fun, quick story. I was at a sports bar when this game was happening, but I was watching hockey, and I could not see the basketball TVs, and so out of nowhere, there's like the
Huge roar.
whole place just goes up, and the bartender are like, I think something good happened. Like, what's going on? And I didn't find out till I got home, like, what it was.
I mean,
but
when you come down to it, it was a number 2 beating a number 1 because NCAA is not exciting anymore.
But it was the dynamics of the game that's still exciting, no matter who it is that's
The
playing.
number 2 team was down by 19 at one point.
Yeah.
Like the fact that it even got to that point is kind of amazing.
No, Mark, and actually for you too, because you play basketball, Meaghan. When you are up by 2 with 5 seconds left, why does that man throw that ball? Why don't you just hold it?
Yeah, what was that guy's name? Because I'd imagine nobody in the country has got to feel more sick to their stomach over a screw up than that right now.
I mean, it's bad. That's
sure,
a bad
there's worse,
fuck.
but that's pretty
That's
bad.
So I gotta tell you,
that
I
may
gotta
be
tell you,
career-threatening kind of
breaking a
fuck up.
press is one of the things that you practice the most.
Yeah.
And so it's Kate. No, it wasn't Cameron Boozer. It was his brother, Caden Boozer, I believe.
Yes.
There were 3 things that he could have done. He could have just turned around and looked at the floor. He could have dribbled the ball, or he could have just held it.
Could have just held it.
And he
Got
did
fouled.
the one thing that he shouldn't have done. He dribbled the ball.
Yeah, I was going to say, like...
And
What
then he got
position does he
himself into a
play?
situation where he got stuck, and he tried to out-athletic the 2 people, and clearly that failed. Because he could have just held on to the ball, more than likely have gotten fouled, because UConn was trying to foul. That's the other thing. UConn was trying to
embarrassing.
foul.
Was
That's rough.
10 seconds left when he got trapped at half court.
Yeah.
Caden Boozer, by the way, a point guard. He knows better.
Okay, I was like, I could maybe forgive a 5 who would panic. If
No,
they
he
had
was
the
a
ball
point
in their
guard.
hands.
Or he was a 1 or a 2, I
No,
forget.
I looked it up. He's a 1.
Okay. Now, that was obviously not the end of the play. After that happens, it just goes on. You just go on instinct because it's just a mad scramble. And the fact that the other UConn player, which his name escapes me, is like Alex Toretto, or I don't know, something like that.
Make that one extra pass, man.
He made that one extra pass. There's not a lot of people that would have done that, because they would have because there was like he did that with about a second left. And I mean, it was the right basketball play, and clearly it had the good result for UConn. But it's and with regards to the Duke Blue Devils playing defense on that, again, it's just on instinct. It's not instinctual to guard someone that's 30 plus feet away from the basket.
He was closer to the half line than to the shot line.
Regardless of the fact that the time was going down. I mean, that could have been something. And the more elite player, that's something that's in the back of your mind.
None of them were facing the shot clock.
No.
None of them could see.
He was
how much
far
time
as
was
hell. He was far, but he did get a good look, and he did plant his feet. So I mean,
I would, as a defender, again, it like you said, it's on instinct. But even logically, that choice, I'd rather risk not knowing exactly how much time was left. I'd rather risk him shooting from the half court than pump faking.
It was a miraculous shot. It was a great shot.
Right, like what
low percentage.
Even like going back to the pass that you said, there were 3 players on the other side of the court that were open that he could have gone to, and that kind of would have been the more what you would have thought of. And so I could see the defenders wanting to.
Had Caden Boozer just turn around as opposed to dribble the ball when he caught it, he would see. I mean, he saw the one teammate that was to the right, but there was someone to the left that was also wide open, and there was no one there to block the pass.
It's rough.
But he didn't have enough time to survey.
Does your sports career recover from that?
That's what I was concerned about. I don't know. I mean, his draft stock went down.
He's
at least
young.
a round.
I think it will. Chris Webber definitely was able to recover from that timeout that he took.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
This is almost as bad as that one time in grade school when I accidentally threw a pass to the wrong team in snow football during recess.
And that affected your professional sports career?
I could have been someone,
but you
buddy.
probably think about it every night before bed.
Still have that memory.
Pete, did you finally look at the play? Because you hadn't looked at it when we talked about it on Wednesday.
No, I'm terrible.
God, fucking Pete.
Well,
Jesus Christ.
I had a sick kid, and then I had to make it all up my work time.
The literal biggest play in this year's tournament.
I'm going to watch it right now.
And maybe last year's. And it is.
I guess I should have shown you. I should have shared a link to that as opposed to Tiger Woods.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Then I would have watched
this play, man.
Instead, I watched Tiger Woods getting arrested.
If you look, there are a number of videos of like UConn fans, like UConn bars going fucking nuts.
Oh yeah, like
because you weren't even in
shock.
Connecticut. Mm-hmm. Absolute shock because that game was lost. It was lost. They were down by a shitload. Yeah. No, but they were down by a shitload, and they came back, and that's exciting. But like, there was maybe 8 seconds left on that inbound pass, maybe.
Something like that, yeah.
And 2 passes, a steal, 2 more passes, and a impossible 3. I mean, that's the reason
fucking 4 at that point. Like
that's the reason we watch sports for shit like that.
Yeah.
Straight up.
All right, sorry, I gotta fast forward this.
I may have seen that game at the social, and there was also a big crowd. Or a big cheer.
There was a cheer at the social too. Good. Well, I mean, New England, right? New England.
I was going to record it and then I forgot.
You shut up. That would have been awesome. Does UConn win in the?
I think UConn wins their semifinal matchup, and
semi game.
This is a little bit of a spoiler because I am going to do a how Mark sees his balls this weekend. I think UConn wins. I think Michigan wins. And I think it's going to be Michigan versus UConn, of which I'm going to pick Michigan.
I think Michigan wins that game too. But I also think that I would have picked Duke to win that game, and they didn't. So,
well, they should have, and they just didn't have it by the last 0.3 of a second.
So Duke loses. We're talking about one more thing about it. Duke loses Cooper Flagg and Connor Nepple last year to two of the best rookies in the NBA right now, but they're still an incredible program. And so like how much of a college program is the program itself?
I mean, it's one of the blue bloods. It's one of the premier college basketball, and not just on the men too. The women all usually have
the women. I don't know much about the men's, but Junior Arma made that program what it is and is somehow still coaching. That's been my whole life that's been a thing.
I mean, UConn has been good for 30 years. That's been the only women.
So.
Right, it's been the only women's program for ever.
That in Tennessee, because those were
her name. Pat Summitt.
Pat Summitt, yes. When I was growing up, those were the 2 powerhouses.
So how much of basketball is coaching? Like, actually.
Are you kidding, bro?
Relative to other sports? Like
softball. Hit it out of the park, everyone.
Yeah, I mean, they drop the play. Like, you just do what you're told, for the most part. Like, sometimes there's instinct, like you said, but yeah, being a player, I just did what I was told for most of the time.
Nice.
I feel like hockey is much the same way, although it's from a casual viewer, it's hard to appreciate, I think, how much influence.
Don't worry, Pete. We're going to talk about hockey a little bit later.
Oh yeah, we're getting there.
I'm excited. Woo. By the way, guys,
Pete, I did a lot of topics for you. I feel this week.
We're not going to talk about the logical continuation into talking about JJ Redick just comparing himself to Pat Riley, but we're going to talk about that in the Lakers topic. That's also coming up. So let's move on because we're at time.
Oh, I was going to say, I finally watched it.
Pete, did you watch the play? Wasn't it incredible?
The shot was incredible. It was very smooth.
The whole thing was fucking incredible, Pete.
So I watched the guy's mishap over and over again to just kind of see what he could have seen. That's really fast, guys. That's a split-second decision. I had the impression, like the way people were describing it, I was thinking he was like boxed in the corner and he was like, what do I do for like a couple seconds? No, that was like boom, boom.
You don't pass that ball.
No, you shouldn't have passed it forward over a guy. For sure.
Where's the foul?
Two guys, you're getting double teamed.
I don't know if he would have had time to look back and see his guy behind him, though, which in hockey, that's an obvious move. Just pass it back. Just fuck around with the puck until the time runs out. But I don't know if the nerves at that point.
It's a lot easier to score in basketball than it is in hockey.
That's the problem, right? You can't really you can't really turtle at the end of a basketball game as easily as you can in
So
hockey.
the end of a basketball game, Pete. The end of a basketball game, by the way, sucks. But the end of a basketball game is always fouling.
The last minute always takes like 10 minutes.
Right.
Foul.
That I knew.
Because what happens is if you foul 5 times in a quarter, it's an automatic clock stoppage and shot.
Well, that's in the pros, but in college, with you get 7 fouls and then you get 1-on-1, and then after that it's
7
I'm sorry, and then you get
right?
10 is a double bonus, and then that's when you get 2 free throws.
But what typically happens is there's a lot of, like in football, there's a lot of clock management at the end of a basketball game. And so he didn't have to pass the ball. He didn't have to.
He didn't have to pass the ball.
Yeah, the play is actually to force the foul. He should have held it and UConn
was Dan Hurley openly admitted they were trying to foul him.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do.
They were. There was no time left. They had to. And then they're like, oh shit, we have the ball. What the fuck do we do now?
Yeah. I think
we didn't plan for this.
Right. The actual decision I think that he did was bam, but he should have had more game situational awareness at that point before he even got the ball to know what to do.
The other thing is that Duke did have a timeout,
and he called for the pass.
They didn't take it.
He was like, dude, I'm open.
They didn't take it.
Yeah.
Right.
So
anyway,
I don't think I knew that.
That's rough. All right, moving on.
All right. Let's hear it for another fake sponsor, Thought Draft. AI that suggests what you should have been thinking in the moment. Thought Draft. Sharper in hindsight.
That's
what I call my thoughts before bed.
I'm beautiful in my way, cause Mark make no mistakes. I'm on the right track, baby, for next topic today. Don't hide yourself in regret, just love the sports and you'll set. I'm on the right track, baby, for next topic today.
So most of that was great.
I love that I made a mistake when I said
right as you were talking about mistakes.
That's
what I was going to say.
So unlike most other American professional sports league, the NHL likes to fire its coaches at seemingly inopportune times. In addition, most hockey fans know that when this happens, more than likely John Tortorella will fill the gap. Now, this was certainly what just happened in Las Vegas as the Golden Knights fired Bruce Cassidy despite winning the Stanley Cup just 3 seasons ago and overall winning almost twice as many games as he lost. So everyone, did Bruce Cassidy deserve to get fired so close to the playoffs? And why do we think NHL coaching gigs are so fickle?
All right, I'm going to start off because I was at trivia just before this with some of mutual friends that Mark and I have, Zach and Rory, and as I was leaving, I was like, all right, guys, quick take. What's your thoughts on coaches having such a fickle job in hockey? And Rory, who's from Nova Scotia, said, fuck the Maple Leafs. And Zach, who's from Mass, said, fuck the Canadians. So I wanted to word for word quote them on that.
Quite the insight.
Zach and Rory.
It's quite the insight.
For my own insight, I think it's kind of similar to what you were saying earlier, Pete, about they actually do a lot. I think hockey is much more unpredictable than basketball. There's so many factors that can go wrong. You could have the perfect play drawn out, and you have to plan for it not to go according to plan because it's probably not going to.
The Golden Knights are in third place. What the fuck?
Yeah,
you don't have nearly the same tight starting and stopping movement with the ball and the players as you do in basketball, right? But
I don't know shit about hockey, but I think that he probably got fired for a reason that isn't the team is good. Because the team is good.
Team is good, but it's not.
There could be political.
Maybe.
It's something different.
Hockey, NHL in general teams do love to fire their coaches all the time.
The Golden Knights in general actually have a history of firing their coaches at weird times.
They're very
I'll rare for a hockey coach to have a run.
I'll say besides
Claude Julien exception, there are not a lot that
Scotty
stick
Bowman.
Around.
Yep.
Yeah,
Lindy Ruff on the Sabres, and now he's
decades.
back on the Sabres, and they're good again. Huh? Who knew?
I'll say besides the Avalanche and the Stars, the Western Conference in the NHL is not that good compared to the Eastern Conference. That's
pretty on par, I think.
The Pacific Division.
But they were
right
slated
now,
to make the
Canes
playoffs, even though they had a little bit of a slide.
But the Pacific Division, the Ducks are in first with 87 points, which there are no top teams in the Eastern Conference that are even close to that.
That's one frustrating
All right.
thing about the wild card is I'll be like, we have more fucking points than the number one team and the other.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
I guess I didn't
Who's your
realize
team?
that
Who's
the
your team,
Knights
Meaghan?
have dipped this much, but
So it is now the Bruins because I'm from Massachusetts.
It's
My
acceptable.
original fan, I was originally a Detroit fan. They're now my second favorite. They were the first time I ever saw hockey was a Detroit game. Just not in person, on TV. So I was like, okay, well, this is my favorite team now. And
When
then
was that?
2007?
Approximately. Okay.
2006, 2007, I want to say.
So
Chances are
Rangers-
Scotty Bowman was still the coach.
Rangers are going for the lottery this year, man. It's all lottery. Number one pick or bust.
It's typical New York sports fan. He just wants to talk about his teams.
of course he
Fuck
does.
you.
Meanwhile, poor Pete has just been sitting there waiting to talk more about the Sabres. Go ahead, Pete.
Go,
Oh my
Pete.
god. Well, they lost today, so that kind of
All right, that's over
dampens the
then.
mood a little bit. Hey. So you know what? I have a Dominic Hasek jersey, and I was like, in football, I like to get wide receiver jerseys. In hockey, I like to get goalie jerseys. And I haven't been that stoked about Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. He's been kind of up and down since he's been the Sabres goalie, but I gotta say, he's kind of kicking ass this season, and they're making him the guy, for better or worse. He's had some really,
Well, they're not
really
a lock
good
for the
games
number
lately.
one draft pick next season, that's for sure.
They are not.
I mean,
no,
They're not because they're in third. They're in second place.
Yeah, they're
so
they're
not.
46-22 with 8 overtime losses. They actually, I think their regulation wins are second or third in the league. They don't go to overtime very often.
They're the.
You guys see the goalie fight though?
No, I missed the
Yes.
goalie fight. Oh, I love goalie fights. But yeah, I might get it.
Oh,
I
there's
might need to
nothing
get
like
a
it.
Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen jersey.
I love a goalie fight.
It's pure
My favorite goalie fight of all time, Marty Brodeur.
Marty Brodeur was the
Wait,
best
no,
goalie
I'm
of
sorry.
all time.
No, Patrick Waugh. Patrick Waugh
Hasek
got
was
into
the best
it.
goalie. Come
with,
on, you're gonna tell me Hasek wasn't the best goalie of all time? He has the highest career save percentage in
No, I'm
NHL
talking
history.
I'm talking about goalie fights.
Oh, fights, yeah. No,
Patrick Waugh
Hasek
had
would
one
never
of the
fight.
greatest goalie fights I've ever
He
seen.
was too skinny.
You're too skinny.
They'd be like Hasek. This is why I love Hasek so much. That's like me playing goalie. It's like this little like skinny dude with freakishly long arms and just would just spaz out to save stuff, like doing crazy maneuvers that no one
what's the
would
best-
not work for
That's
anybody
accurate.
else.
I've seen you goaltend.
You know what's the
You
best
have.
thing on the internet?
I
One of the
grew
best
up
thing-
watching Hasek, so I'm like, oh, I should just flip around and flail and
One of the
throw
best-
my glove up at the last second.
One of the best things on the internet is little kid hockey, like little kid good hockey, where they mic up little kids. So like 8-year-olds
Oh, man.
mic'd up playing goalie is the best thing ever because they like sing to themselves and they're like they talk
That's
to
what I would do.
themselves.
That's so
and they're
good.
like la 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 la.
Hey,
I
when your
love that.
team is good and you're all the way on the other side of the ice, what,
Yep.
what are you gonna do when you're as a goalie?
When I played
I know.
defense as a kid playing soccer, I used to dance
Love it.
on the back of the field when my team was on
Megan,
the
that does not surprise me.
Like,
No, I know.
amazing.
I'm not doing anything else, so I have no. I also really sucked, so like I wasn't gonna help anyway.
Sometimes it gets boring back there if your team's good. Soccer fields are huge. You're like, I'm never going to see that ball for another 5 minutes.
And then you do.
Yeah, and then suddenly you do.
And
My attention span, that was a terrible position for me to play.
Oh, man.
All right, so to answer the why do we think NHL coaching gigs are so fickle, it's because it's worked in the past.
I mean,
Some NHL
here's-
teams have fired teams and then they've go on to
Listen, here's
Well,
the
I
thing.
win
When
multiple
you,
playoff
The Sabres
games.
fired their
I
GM
believe there
and
was even one.
Then they got good. Right after the team the GM assembled fired the
when you
GM.
run a professional sports team and your team is bad and the fans want you to make a change, it's really easy to fire the coach. This is sports universal. It's not a hockey thing.
Well, it definitely happens a lot more in the NHL, although we did see it on the Phillies a couple years ago when they
Happens
fired their
everywhere.
manager and then they made it to the World Series.
It happened.
Happen-
they
It
still
doesn't
lost the
happen that
Ducks.
much in baseball. It happens a ton in football. It happens a ton in basketball.
Not mid-season.
Did you had a question like 2 years ago about when the Celtics fired their coach midseason? I
Well,
remember.
that's because he
I mean,
was
it happens,
that was a sexual assault thing there.
Whatever. 6-1.
Is it? I feel like that's a different circumstance.
All right, questions. Come on, we got to move.
It ain't me. It ain't me. John's got the next topic. It ain't me. It It ain't me. I ain't no fortunate one.
Nice.
So we've been teasing it for a while now. The Lakers continue to be hot at just the right time, going 15-2 in March,
15.
just in time for the NBA playoffs. This is on the back of new superstar Luka Doncic scoring 600 points in the month, joining only 10 players, including Michael Jordan, who was the only other one to do it in March. He is now the third youngest player in NBA history to reach 15,000 overall points, only behind LeBron James and Kevin Durant. So how will Luka and the Lakers' hot streak help them in the upcoming NBA playoffs? And what are the circumstances that make LeBron James retire this season?
Oof.
I mean, he's not going to retire this season. He's
If
going to run it.
If they win the
I think he's gonna run it
championship,
back to
Career-ending injury.
I think he's going to run it back to Cleveland.
if he doesn't,
You think
if they
so?
win the
That'd be kinda
championship,
cool.
like let's say they
That
win
would be-
this year,
that
they
would
win.
be
They
a return to
they
home.
win the
They're
cup.
not going
this-
to win this year.
Well,
They're not going to beat the
getting hot at
Spurs.
just the right time.
They're not going to beat the Thunder. Now, chances are, being the number 3 seed, they're going to face the Rockets in the first round.
They'll
I
beat
don't
the
even think
Rockets.
they're going to beat the Rockets.
They're going to beat the Rockets.
I don't even think they're going to beat the Rockets.
Okay, you're
You know
burying.
why? The Rockets have length.
Well, stop burying the lead. Let's talk about the 600 points. Let's talk about 15-2.
I mean, Lucas
What?
had an insane month. He almost averaged 40 points a game for
He
the
did.
month of
That's
March. That's
He
insane.
did. He did. It's wild, right? And so, how did they get that? Well, how does that happen?
Well, they've been taking care of the ball too. Now, keep in mind, if you dribble a few times and then shoot it from wherever you are, then it's very hard to turn the ball over. And that's essentially what the Lakers' offense is. And for the month of March, they were just making a lot of those shots.
I mean, so
Do you feel like
I
that's
saw him make.
like fluky lucky, or is it?
I
do you
mean, I
think they
saw
were
him
just-
make a shot that he
I mean,
shouldn't have made yesterday.
Luka's really skillful. Like, he's one of the best scorers in the game right now.
And I think you've been saying this for a while, Mark. I think the long ball, like far shooting, like on top of height, but I think that the 3-point shot has become very central to the NBA offensive
Absolutely.
scheme.
I don't know if I said it on this show. I definitely said it at the social, not a sponsor. That
But you could be.
the lowest number of opponents, a team defense, opponents points per game is owned by my beloved Celtics, and it's like 107 points. 107 points is the best team defense right now. John, you remember in the 90s when teams had struggled to score 90?
It's wild.
Usually you have a team that would, the best defense would definitely like 100 points was that magic line. If your team defense on average gave up less than 100 points a game, you were a pretty good defense. And
Yeah,
now the
very
best
good
defense is 107 points.
Oh, it's true.
The Celtics scored 147 points against the Heat the other day.
Damn.
And there was another team, I forget, was it the Suns?
He's
They
kind of
scored
bad,
154 points.
though. Yeah, it's true. He's kind of bad, though.
That's a video game score.
Yeah, that is that just have the rules changed much since the night? Like, why is scoring so much
Shooting's
higher?
better.
Shooting's better. Okay.
More threes. The three has become
Back
very
in the
simple.
90s, when they could barely score 90 points, the NBA decided to change some of the rules so that essentially the shot clock, which is normally 24 seconds, in certain circumstances, if you got the ball back, it reset to 14. So essentially, you had more
Okay.
opportunities to shoot the ball. Now, the latest thing, thank you, Steph Curry, is now you're shooting 40, 50 threes a game. And you're, on average, probably making anywhere between 15 and 20 of them.
Three is bigger than
And before,
two,
you were
so
probably shooting half that many.
it just took
Yeah.
a superstar whose specialty was threes to figure that out.
Well, Steph
When
Curry
as-
also,
as-
who shoots from like 50 feet away.
Yeah.
As the game changes, like that then becomes the competition you want to work on. So even from like youth development up, it's like, okay, if shooting technique, shooting distance was like whatever priority, but now that's what's winning games, the investment in learning those skills goes up. And so 30 years later, it becomes kind of.
Well,
you know what the funny thing?
overall.
The funny thing with Steph Curry is he was doing things that kids were already doing. He just did it all the time. Because when we were growing up, at least at least when I was growing up, you know, you would always practice those half court shots or those long trick shots and whatnot. Steph Curry does those in his sleep.
Well, I think,
But he doesn't do long trick shots. He does like technically informed long shots.
Yes. I think a big thing that happened, and I don't know who the start of this. In my head, it started with Dirk Nowitzki, but like I think that more positions started to shoot further. And like Dirk was one of the first like 6'10" power forwards who could shoot a three, but like you're talking
Larry
about
Bird, fuck you.
He wasn't that big. But like you're talking about like no, but we're talking about Wemby. Like we're talking about Wemby, who's 7'4", who's an outside threat. We're talking about. I mean,
that's insane.
So as a 4, when I was still kind of taller than most people, I learned to shoot that baseline because I'm already in line with the. But because
that's where you're generally
right. Fours wouldn't be necessarily shooting 3-pointers, but I practiced baseline shots a lot.
All right.
Of course, back then too, the 4s and the 5s were down on the low or high post. Now, essentially, everyone is hanging out at the 3-point line.
Right. Like, I mean, the way the game was played in the 90s, like if you looked at, and I'm just going to use this as an example because I know them the best, but like if you look at the mid 90s New York Knicks, when like Charles Oakley, the power forward, was Patrick Ewing. They were never on the outside. They were never there.
No, they were beating up people down the paint.
Beating up people in the paint, just pounding. You look at guys like Shaq, who spent all his time just pushing and shoving. And I mean, I would almost say that the center is not even that anymore.
No, it's
and it opens up the middle, that if you want to go and like attack down the paint, you can, because you don't have giant people guarding the net.
So
I said this before in the 2008 season when the Celtics won their the championship with Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen, and Paul Pierce. I mean, the offense went around Kevin Garnett in the low block. And he would either, do a post-up move, or he get double teamed and he kick it out to someone that was open. And those are the offenses that I thought were the best. Having a legitimate big man. That used to be the game in the NBA. Hakeem Olajuwon, Patrick Ewing, Shaquille O'Neal, all of these big 7-footers that were perennial 7-footers on the team, and just everyone had like a good Robert Parrish. Why can't I think of any more right now? Alonzo Mourning. I mean, I could go on and on, but I'm old enough.
But there's there's not like a real. I mean, I guess
more than
Dirk
I would have been able to name.
I guess Dirk, right? But like, there's not a lot of ground and pound guys. There's not a guys who will just like back their way in like Shaq did.
Nope.
Do you feel that defenses are going to be able to strategize and adjust to this?
Pete, okay, so this is how Shaquille O'Neal played basketball. He would sit in the post. You got to sit outside the paint. We explained that to you last week. He would sit in the post. He's bigger than most guys.
Basketball?
He doesn't want. They didn't have basketball in Buffalo.
Buffalo Braves left before
he would catch the ball, and he would just push, and he would push, and he'd get closer because he was bad at shooting.
Right. 300 pounds. He was a 300-pound man. Okay,
closer and closer, and then he had a lot of
footage of Shaq
300 pounds, 7'2".
And defending that is so
you can't
hard.
defend that.
It's impossible.
Right.
He pretty much just like butt shoved his way backwards. To the
exactly.
to an easy layup. Yeah.
When you've got like 100 pounds,
you have the advantage.
Right.
As a defensive player, it's your job is to like try not to fuck up. As an offensive player, like it's on your side of like I could just hit this person in the wrong way and I get the advantage for it.
Right. And nobody does that right now because most bigs dribble and shoot and drive, and I mean that's the way the game is now. And I think that's probably why there's more points, because there's less 2-point balls. There's a lot more 3-point balls.
Yeah,
and that also results in fewer fouls and foul shots at the paint.
There is a whole strategy of game now. I mean, Mark was saying last week that's almost how Shai plays. Shai likes to draw fouls. That's
exactly how he plays.
That's exactly how he plays.
These phantom calls that he's getting. People sneeze on him, he gets fired.
Because he's the golden child.
Amazing.
Yeah. All right. Got the next topic today. Yes, I got the next topic today.
I should have known that was Bruce.
Yeah.
It's from the initial. Megan and I both went, whoa.
All right, Pete. Pete, this is for you again. So NASA took a big step in our journey to the moon as the Artemis II successfully launched out of Cape Canaveral, Florida on Wednesday. The 10-day mission shot 4 astronauts into Earth's atmosphere and ultimately will slingshot them around the moon before splashing down to the ocean. Now, a successful test flight leads to Artemis 3, which will plan to land on the moon next year and go to a place where few men have gone before. So, everyone, did we watch the launch and are we excited about going to the moon again?
No, I didn't watch it. I did see a
It
cool
was
ass
pretty cool. John, it is pretty cool, actually.
I saw a cool ass video of people caught the Artemis launch while they were on planes. And I thought that was pretty neat.
That's neat.
That is pretty. That's really
CNN actually had a good. It was probably just NASA's feed, but they had a nice like multi-camera thing of the launch. It was cool. It reminded me of being a kid again back in the 80s and 90s when you'd watch the space shuttle launch all the time. When NASA was just shooting rockets up into space and being like, "Fuck
I saw a crazy video where
one
there was like
Let me talk.
Don't let anybody talk. You know me.
It's fine. No, John can chime in a second here. I was going to say it's one amidst all the shit out there right now, just the darkest timeline stuff. This is one legitimately cool thing that I feel like a lot of us from all different sides.
Pete, can you explain to the listeners the plan for Artemis 2 and what they're actually trying to do? Because I did read that today, and that would be interesting to talk about.
I don't know the exact plan, but is this kind of like the Apollo 8 thing where like they were so close, they go right around the moon, and they could almost touch it just to make sure
they're going to
that
slingshot
they can,
around the moon.
Right.
Yeah, it's
make
like
sure
a
the trajectories are right.
mission.
It is a preparatory mission for
make sure the rocket's good, make sure the system's good.
Moon base. For a moon base.
Yes, that's what I just said in my intro.
Yes.
2 minutes ago, guys. Thanks for listening.
And then the moon base gets us where? The moon base gets us to Mars, and this is a beginning of...
Does it get us to Mars?
It's
hey, of course it does.
You can launch from
But
the moon.
that's space research. Like
you can launch from the moon with a lot less payload of fuel to get the...
it gets us... I mean, I'm not talking about getting to Mars in 2027, but like, if we get a moon base... and we get rockets on the moon, and then getting to Mars becomes possible, honestly.
So it's like everything that happened in For All Mankind, but we're only about, 50 years late?
Right, exactly.
well, that's how like, space development, it's can be hard to get regular people to get excited about it, because you're like, oh yeah, this is like step number 1 in like 50 steps, and it's gonna take several decades.
Well,
and
plus
like,
we've definitely done this like 50 to 60 years ago.
Yeah, I guess
this is
right.
the
If this is like going right to Mars, people would probably be a lot more excited.
I mean, the plan is to land
mean,
further than we've landed before, though. We're going to the far side, right?
Yeah, that's different. That's a big.
I feel like people, the average American did used to get really excited about NASA launching massive rockets into space. I mean, like, that was cool.
There wasn't as much to watch on TV, though.
True. Well, yeah, that's true.
I mean, it didn't last.
How much of this is any of this political distraction? Truly.
No. I mean,
of everything that's going on.
Maybe the coverage of it.
It is a political distraction, but not a planned one.
Yeah, I mean,
is it not a planned one? How can you say that for sure?
Because they've been working on this for over a decade. But before Trump's first term, this was already well in planning. No. I watched a full like half-hour documentary from NASA on this rocket technology like 7 years ago. So like it's
all right. I have the most important question. What about the toilets?
What about the toilets?
What about the toilets?
No, there was an issue with the toilets.
Moon toilets, a completely new technology, had an issue. Like, are we talking about pooping in space?
If you're in space, is like pooping your pants the biggest concern? Like, you could die very quickly. So
yeah,
but they have toilets, and the toilets spin to simulate gravity, and you have to hold yourself in. There's like a literal bar. It's wild. I watched a thing on it this morning.
Whoa,
the whole thing's pretty wild.
That is kind of neat.
You watched space poop?
Space toilets.
Space poop.
There was a whole article on the newspaper.
Spaceballs Part 2, space toilets.
They are making us Spaceballs too.
I mean, I don't
Megan just
know.
came up with the episode title.
Mel Brooks announced
crazy?
it. He said, "We've listened to the critics and we decided to make the movie anyway."
That sounds about
Very
right.
Mel Brooks kind of
sounds- yeah.
Very Mel
response.
Brooksian.
40 years later.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know. I don't find myself, and maybe because we're not in a good timeline, I don't find myself getting excited about space travel. Honestly, I really don't care, and I don't know why I don't care, but I really don't care.
Well,
and
we don't
I
have
think
that
that's odd.
collective national pride that we used to have when we were kids. It's nowhere
an
near
American
what it
Jonathan.
was.
Kid Rock
I mean,
is disappointing you.
I mean, I don't
Kid Rock.
really care. Was I like, oh, they're going to, and I learned
This
about
is
it.
why I
as
wanted
it was
Pete to
happening.
talk, because Pete cares.
I mean, I care about space stuff. Yeah.
But even in terms of like culturally, so like, 80s and 90s, everyone would sit down and watch the launch at the same time on TV. You couldn't
even
watch
when people
clips
died.
on the internet. Okay,
Yeah.
so I was about to say that I haven't watched a launch. I wasn't alive for the Challenger. I was not alive, but I've not watched a rocket launch since I learned about the Challenger because it really I don't want
That was a
depressing,
sad
right?
time. I have
They had a
V-
Punky Brewster
It's
episode
9/11
about
before
it.
9/11.
My
almost,
parents
like-
have a 6-hour VHS tape that I recorded because I was big into space stuff, Megan, for the Challenger explosion. And I wanted nothing more than to be an astronaut and go to NASA and do all that stuff right up until that happened. And like little 5 or 6-year-old me was like, oh no.
shit.
And, yeah, pretty much. And like we recorded the EP extended play VHS tape, 6 hours of news coverage on that. It's still sitting somewhere in my
Megan,
parents'
like,
family room.
The national zeitgeist, right? Like we, Mark, Pete, and I are in grammar school, and the Challenger goes up, and they wheel in the TV, and it's just big TV with ears. They wheel the TV in, and we're watching. And on live national television that you can't pause or record or stop,
Just
the fucking
kaboom.
thing explodes. It just blows up. And
Right.
we're all just like in elementary school. And they're like, and they wheeled the TV away.
Yeah. I
and
mean, they
we
were
go
like
on about our day.
7 really distinguished, really great people on that ship that just
yes.
instantly exploded.
Can I tell you,
And-
I don't
and-
remember watching that.
No, there was all.
I
there was a
gotta
lot of
believe
media
it
buildup.
happens.
Blacked
Is
it
it
out.
like, oh,
I
it's
think
the first, like,
were we in
female-
first grade when it happened.
I think it was like the first female teacher to fly in space.
Dead
It was a
school
whole.
teacher.
I gotta believe they wheeled up that TV.
Oh yeah, it was a whole big
They did.
media.
I don't
huge
remember
media
watching
coverage building up to that launch, and then for that to happen, it was like the absolute worst case scenario. Oh my gosh, I'm like remembering more and more
I don't
about it
remember
now.
that happening. I mean, obviously it did happen, and there's a lot of very traumatizing memories that I have in my mind, but that's not one of them.
I mean, we were still pretty young. I just happened to be.
My first memory was when I was 3 years old.
Columbine.
Oh, that's pretty
1986.
young.
We were
That's really-
we were 5 years old.
Yeah, but I was already a space nerd then.
Space nerd.
Space nerd, and I'm raising Liam to be a space nerd too. He knows all the
Fuck
planets.
yeah. Does he watch SciShow Space?
No, but wait,
Steven,
what is
what that
that?
is.
He should. That'd be cool.
Do you know what Crash Course is?
No.
No. Okay. So there's a couple YouTube channels. They're educational YouTube channels. Crash Course, SciShow, and they're 10 to 20 minute videos that like teach you anything you want to learn. But they have one that's, I think it's still around. It's called SciShow Space, and so it's a specifically SciShow for space stuff.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's kind of like
Look for those.
what were those videos? Like School of Rock
Nice.
that would like teach you stuff in a cool, fun way, kind of thing. But it's a YouTube channel.
I'm
So cool.
a Bill.
Hey, Mark. Hey, Mark. Do you know what time it
I
is,
used to
buddy?
watch Veggie Tales because I went to Catholic school. So
Fucking VeggieTales. Amazing. Mark, do you know what time it is?
Yeah, it's the time to learn what a bill is, John.
Dude. Dude. Dude.
It's the final topic! Poor John almost died.
I didn't die at all. My camera's just much better than it used to be. Jesus Christ.
Whoa. They left
Here's,
John
like, the
out on an
wheezing.
island on that one.
make me do it by myself. Christ.
Oh my gosh.
Actually, I wasn't. I was gonna go on the building, and then you just went. It's like, oh, I mean, he's just gonna keep going. All right.
Hey, man, we're doing a show. We're professionals. So, guys, I thought this was interesting. This week marks the 50th anniversary of a little company called Apple. Started as a prank. Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak signed a 2-page partnership document on April Fool's Day in 1976 that created the Apple Computer Company. And now with a $3.7 trillion market value, Absolute is an absolute point in our current culture. So after a very slow start where the Steve's third partner sold his 10% stake for $2,300, how did Apple turn into the powerhouse it is today? And also, for once and all, iPhone or Android, and why?
Android.
Yeah, girl.
Yeah.
No question.
I'm the only one on this show with an iPhone.
PC.
Hell yeah, man.
Android.
So my brother's a biomedical engineer, and so he had just graduated WPI a couple of years before I first got a smartphone. So when I was choosing one, all of his friends were like, you have to get an Android. iPhones are for people who don't know technology. You can't do shit with it. And like it's transitioned a bit more now.
Then, yeah.
But even with like Macs versus PCs, Apple's always been, their thing is user friendly for people who don't know what they're doing. So it's very ingrained in me to be like, you need to be able to customize, you need to be able to do what you want. And so now if I try to use Apple products, I just feel like a fucking idiot. Because
they are different.
Because they're supposed to be easy, but they're not what I know.
Yeah.
So they're not easy for me. Work phone's an iPhone, and I fucking hate it.
I'll tell you what, the thing that I've realized as I get older is that no matter what you pick, because the products themselves are essentially the same now, no matter what you pick, it's about infrastructure. Whatever you invest in, get it all in that. And as long as you get it all in that, you're fine.
Yeah, and Apple owns me.
Yeah, and
I think it's like, so
at this point, that's probably a lot of why people just stay in a specific lane because of that infrastructure.
It is that. It is 100% that.
The longer you're there, the harder it is to shift over.
So I almost switched to Android maybe 5-6 years ago. But what deterred me from doing that was the smartwatches.
All of my Samsung products
Apple
in my
did
hands.
have a nice watch to start.
I mean, I had a Samsung watch, but it wouldn't quite sync with my phone like an Apple Watch did. So I stuck with Apple.
I'll tell you, Samsung was behind, and Samsung was behind on smart products. For a while, Samsung and Android thought that smartwatches needed a camera because everybody had like Inspector Gadget watches in their head, and that's not what they needed to be. Right? There was a little dumb fucking camera right there, but it was big as shit in the first Samsung watch. It was terrible. The pictures were bad. It was a wasted piece of machinery. And now every smartwatch is just a fucking watch, and that's what people want.
Yeah.
You know?
But here's the thing. Like, so my Apple Watch, there it is right there. My Apple Watch. It syncs with my phone, and my phone can sync with my MacBook, and my MacBook also syncs with my iPad.
But that's the fucking thing.
That's one thing that Apple has, I think, over Android.
No, it is
Android
literally
has all that too, though.
It is literally exactly the same. It's an infrastructure question. As long as
and
you
it's
invest...
Apple's choice to maintain that.
What Apple does, which is fucking awesome, the fact that they have the ability to do this in a market share capacity, but like iMessage is a racket. It's a racket, right?
People hate me.
So antitrust.
and for a while there, they would fuck with you. Like you would send
Maybe for a while, they still do it.
You would send a fucking picture to an iMessage chat, and you would get like this shitty, grainy fucking thing, and you're like, you're a fucking Android user. I mean, and so what Android did is they invented a protocol. They were like,
RCS, yeah.
Let's just build a fucking protocol that is interphone talking.
And it's better than iMessage.
And it's better than iMessage. But Apple's like, we'll support it, but it's not what we're going to use.
Not
and
really.
So RCS chats are better. They're better,
until
they're
the EU,
not iMessage chats.
And the only reason they support it at all is because the EU fucking forced them to in the courtroom.
Right. They
Thank you,
literally
Europe.
got sued. Thank you, Europe, for keeping Apple honest.
Yes.
So to
But
answer your
it's all-
first question, by the way, it wasn't the iPhone that really shot Apple up to where, I mean, I think,
I don't know. I think
that
the
was
iPhone
the
is pretty
second
huge,
level.
though.
Originally, it was the iPod.
Oh, the
that
iPod
Apple
commercials.
invented.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow. Look at
want
Megan
iPod.
pulled that out of nowhere.
Megan,
real
you still
fast.
use it?
I do. I use
She's-
it less
she's
since
got
I
the
got
earbuds.
Spotify.
Megan, is that
2
one
years
of those iPod throwback ones where you bought an iPod like 3 years ago, but it acts like an old iPod? Because I know they did
This
They still do
is
that now?
from, I think, 2010,
that. Hell yeah, girl.
2012.
You go, girl.
They used to have
It used
solid
to
state.
be
Surprised the
my
battery
only
still
music
works.
source.
They-
So Mel,
Not
Sorry,
for
I
long. I do have to keep it plugged in a lot of the
Mel
time.
has a story where I got in one of those like late gen iPods that had a ton of space and they were almost free. And I got one in Jamie's lifetime. And so, and Pete, you're going to learn this, and you
Okay.
probably have learned this already. Tiny children like to take things and put them in other places, and they like to unpack things,
Especially
and
in the
then
mouth.
Especially
pack
yeah,
other
body.
things.
Well, yeah,
Oh.
And
that's
so, like,
happened for a while now.
Melanie had an iPod, and it just
I still do that.
disappeared. And the best guess we have is that Jamie put it somewhere,
And you'll never know.
I used to throw away remotes.
and we'll never find. We'll just never find. We'll never find it.
Jeez.
I would say that the real birth, and I agree with Pete. I think that the real like development of Apple as a powerhouse was the fact that they invested in screen-based smartphones faster than everyone.
Oh, yes.
And-
without a doubt.
and like
Mhm.
Without a doubt. Because the
Well-
iPod led to the iPhone.
And they developed
Right, the iPad
Yeah, they got
user.
iPod Touch. Yeah.
Yep, they got the user interface right first.
And I would also say that they got to the tablet faster. Now, PC got to the Ultrabook faster, and I think that's what kept Microsoft on the map. I think that the Ultrabook is another real, very developmental thing that got engineered, with the fact that people realized that not only did they want something that they could carry around that was small and light, but they also wanted it to be powerful. So like the development into the Ultrabook from the iPad was a very natural. And so now I think most laptops, like you talk about like the Surface laptops, they're all very small, very fast, very light. But the bottom line, I think that the most important thing is to pick an infrastructure, because I like that I can turn my TV on with my watch. Like, I like that. I like that I can find all of my products with one system. Because, like, Find My is, even though Find My feels like an Apple thing, it's a very universal thing. Like, Apple or Samsung has Find My,
Google
right?
Maps can do it.
Google Maps, like, I can Google where's my phone, and I can, from Google on a PC, make my phone ping just like I can anywhere else. So like, it doesn't matter.
I do that
what
on
you
my MacBook too.
Yeah, fuck right, exactly. It's the same. I don't have a MacBook because I don't have $4,000 to spend on a laptop, Mark. So that's where we are.
I got my Beats on there too.
Oh man,
because Dre decided to integrate with Apple.
So, but like
Dr. Dre.
my
You
you
on
made
the
it sound like
podcast
he like
anytime.
got integrated in like the Borg on Star Trek or something. Like Dre is
my,
integrated with
my
Apple's.
Galaxy Buds, my
That's how
Galaxy
Dr. Dre
lost
became a
into the
billionaire. By
Matrix.
the way, was that whole deal with Apple.
Yeah.
Like, I love my Galaxy Buds because they're literally AirPods, right? They're Galaxy AirPods.
Yeah, they're just like, oh, yeah,
No,
we
you're
can do
absolutely
this.
right, John. Like pick a technology, and then you just got to go all in with it. But it's
All in.
once you do that, it's hard to change back, right? It's hard to go the other
Yeah.
side.
But do we feel
Because
like
how many
others-
devices do you have to change now?
right? But does Apple still
How
have
many
that
devices?
cult-like hysteria around it, like that magical hysteria that it had around when Steve Jobs was the guy? I mean,
Now,
he literally spent half his career saying like being innovative in things, but also like just fucking trolling everybody else.
What I think is really
I don't think Apple has that
and-
attitude anymore.
and
That
probably
that's
time-wise
snarky,
the
I'm
last thing
smarter
we
than
can
you.
talk about. But the first real design failure that Apple has had in a while is the Vision Pro, and the Vision Pro was a failure.
I mean, it
I
was
would
way
say-
too expensive to build. Yeah.
Way too expensive, way too big. You had to fucking carry the battery pack, which was wild that they didn't just fix that. But like the thing that Apple always did
It's
right
like our 80s VCR camcorder.
was they took a thing, they took a burgeoning technology like the iPod, like the iTouch, like the iPad. They took a burgeoning technology and they did it better than everyone else. And the idea of a AR goggle that you can wear in the world was so developmental. They're like, this is the next big thing. Yeah. And it kind of sucked.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, honestly,
how many times did Zuckerberg try to do the metaverse?
What'd you say, Meaghan?
It sounds cool, but
yeah. Well, I think AR is cool.
I will say the Meta glasses actually probably look like they're finally going to hit with VR stuff.
I think that
you got to find
Meta
ones that look
are
like
going to hit because they're small.
Yeah, you got to find ones that look as fashionable as a pair of Oakleys or something, right?
They are Oakleys.
Well, they're fashionable.
That's what you needed. Yeah.
They literally are Oakleys. Right. Oakley partnered with Meta.
That's what it needed. The cool factor.
And I don't know how
established
they got
brands and that kind of stuff.
The buy-in, they got instant buy-in with both sports and social media. So like guys like Logan Paul are wearing their Meta glasses. Guys like AJ Brown are wearing their Meta glasses.
Sure.
Because they look cool.
I might buy some.
Yeah.
I want one. I think I don't. I think I really want one.
The other difference that I hear talk about most is that, especially tablet-wise, Apple tends to be more for creatives, and PC, Android alternatives tend to be more for techies.
Meaghan, do you know why?
I don't. Actually.
John will tell you.
Actual functional benchmarks. The CPUs are different, and they do things differently, and they do things better, right? And so, in the beginning, Apple benchmarked for things like Adobe and for Photoshop, and they did that on purpose.
Oh, yeah.
And PC, Intel, right? They benchmarked more for functional, like data calculation, like so they built for a particular market, and it kind of branched in a way that was really interesting. But they did that all on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's honestly where I hear any kind of practical discussion really happen beyond just like, I'm an Android person, I'm an iPhone person.
It was, it was like the old console wars where, your Super Nintendo and Genesis were completely different machines. Somehow, so you had this
VCR versus Betamax.
Yeah, like you had these very different stuff, like John's saying, this divergent path that these companies focused on. Now, a lot of this hardware is so universal, like you can kind of throw CPUs and everything. I will argue, though, that Apple is kind of getting back to that specialized thing with their ARM-based M chips. Those are different than an x86 chip, which they'd been using for a long time.
My ARM Surface 7, I use an ARM Surface 7 for work, and my ARM Surface 7 is the literal best fucking thing.
They seem to be just really good at stuff. Really efficient.
Forever.
Yeah.
My battery life is 5 or 6 hours. Wild. I think we're at time, Mark.
All right, so that has been our topics. We will be back next week with our friend Matt Mazzola. In the meantime, you can catch up on our old episodes on our YouTube channel. Yes, he is. With the handle at @IfTheseBallsPod. And don't forget to subscribe to us by tickling that little bell.
I'm 100% watching that episode.
We would like to thank our guests for joining us tonight. Thank you, Meaghan.
Thanks, Meaghan.
You can also follow or like us on our socials at @IfTheseBallsPod on X, Instagram, Facebook, Threads, TikTok, and Blue Sky. Guys, I'm thinking of getting rid of some of those. Our website is www.iftheseballscouldtalkpod.com. This is Mark Pesci from our partner John Companion and producer Pete Steffen, and that's what we feel they would say if these balls could talk.
Good night, everyone.
Droid.
If these balls could talk, they would walk